Good evening, members to Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. How's everybody doing tonight? For those who follow Spiritual Encrypted Encounters here on YouTube, those who follow Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, uh, my group on Facebook, and for those who follow TikTok short reels under APCS895. How's everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody is doing great tonight. We're going to have a pretty good show tonight, dealing with night terror sleep paralysis, the incubus, or should I say the succubus and incubus. That's what the topic is going to be about tonight, brothers and sisters, here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Hope everybody's doing good. How you doing, brother Joel? I hope you're doing good tonight. How you doing, brother Exuberance? Send a link out to cousin Jesse. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody's doing great. Yeah, as it went midweek is one of those things where you're getting halfways during the week and uh being trying to get as much rest as possible. But sometimes when you're doing the spiritual works, you don't get the rest you're supposed to get because of the works that you do. Uh doesn't matter if it's nighttime or daytime, if you're being spiritually targeted in some kind of way or another. uh it's always a spiritual battle happening, when you're fighting spiritually, uh dealing with the balance. It's a it becomes a daily thing when you place your line out there. I try to say your spirit out there because in everything we do, it has to do with our spirit. So as I try to do this works, try to help out as many people as possible as I can, uh, spiritually. Of course, you're going to get people that try to come up against your channel because they dislike the works that you do because that's not what they're about. They're opposite of what we do here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. So I want to address the elephant in the room right now to this individuals that I'm talking about. Is low grade D uh, groups in which, if you look all the way back to the beginning of what they do, it's been about money panhandling, or they've been they can do a live video without asking for money. That's not what spiritual encrypted is about. Uh, we're here to help people out spiritually, and at the same time as we're helping out people spiritually, uh, we're making doing the good works. So for people to support this oyster mouth guy, that likes to troll, and that's all he does, likes to troll. And then when you call him out with his troll or fake profile, then he goes off in his channel and he starts talking smack about spiritual encrypted encounters. You want to talk about me, talk about my cousin. I mean, the only thing I can say to you, man, is so we're not going to go nowhere. That's what I've been saying for a very long time. For the 3 years you've been trolling us, if you want to handle something, I'm man enough to handle it, man. It's been 3 freaking years. And you continue to troll me like a like a female dog. I'll say it nicely that way.
Hi,
Um,
Lawrence.
if you want to settle something, you got some beef against me, man. You want to say you're a man, so I can show you what a real man is about, man. Man up or shut the fuck up, plain and
For
simple.
battle, come to me.
And keep spiritual encrypted encounters, my cousin, out of your mouth, man. We don't play around. You want to talk all this shit,
Welcome, Cynthia.
man up. If you can't man up, shut the fuck up. That's just the God honest truth. If you can't man up, shut the fuck up. I've been doing this spiritual works. Then you've been. I've been doing spiritual works all my life. So you or nobody that's coming up again in a negative way is going to stop me from doing the works that I'm doing. If you want to try, you can try, but you're going to feel like everybody else that's have failed before. That's all I'm telling you. If just keep my name out of your mouth, stop trolling me, and we'll be good to go. We'll be good to go. And if you can't man up, just shut up. Bottom line, because I've been kind to you. Seeing you with all your different ass profiles that you come and troll me. It's to the point that if you can't man up, just shut up. You know, bottom line, because I ain't taking your crap, and I know definitely my cousin ain't gonna take your crap. You come at us disrespectfully, especially coming up against us or trying to threaten us in some kind of way. We're gonna deal with you, man. We don't play around here with spiritual cryptid encounters. That's the God honest truth.
You can eat
I
these.
see that you have a female, I guess, a co-host with you, whatever, and if she gets offended by what we're saying, I don't care. I'm speaking the truth. It's not dealing with me and her. It's dealing with you because you're the one that's been trolling me for about 3 freaking years. So
Welcome,
if
Bernardo.
you can't man up, just shut the hell up. Bottom line, and spiritually equipped encounters is going to be continuing to do the works that we do. I've been doing this work for a very long time before social media. I've been doing this work since I was a kid. So you know what you're dealing with, man. All I'm saying to you, leave us alone, shut the fuck up, and move on with your fucking life. That's all I'm saying. Take it however you want to take it. Go cry to somebody that cares because I don't care. In saying that, how you doing, cousin Jesse?
How you doing, cousin? I'm here, man. Uh, Obviously, somebody came in and started had their name in your mouth. They got my name in their mouth, man. I'm not hard to find. You want? I'm in Fort Worth. You can find me anywhere because I'm always everywhere. We can knuckle up and just handle business. You're gonna come over here, but you're gonna crawl back. That's the bottom line, for real. But other than that, welcome to the members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I hope y'all are having a good night. Welcome to the show. Let's get on topic and have a great show. Let's not even think about these people that are negative. So let's get it.
Yeah, sorry about that, fellas. I had to address that idiot. Uh, but I'm just letting it out, man. Just being straight up. I'm tired how he comes into our group. It doesn't matter who it was. He's been trolling me since I was in on Facebook. So he's been trolling me for a while, and I'm just done with this guy, man. I'm just done. I'm just done with the BS. And then he tries to play like he's a victim or something when he's the one that's trolling me. And I address him because I know it's him because of the things that he's saying. And then he when it goes off and talks shit about me. That's a bitch. And I'm right on the channel. So if you're listening to this freaking sorry ass loser, man up or shut up. And I'll leave it at that. In saying that, I'm sorry that I had to say what I had to say, but not so sorry because I
Sorry,
meant
not
every
sorry.
word that I said.
Sorry,
You
not
know,
sorry.
yeah, sorry, not sorry.
Hey,
You
Cynthia,
know,
you changed your picture profile? Is that a truck? Yo, cousin, I am eagerly awaiting the care package you sent. It hasn't got here yet.
yeah, they said it was supposed to get there yesterday, for Wednesday. So
Because
I'm just being straight up to this
today's
fool man
Wednesday.
because you know 3 years of him trolling me, man, and he continues to play the games. God forbid we got cross paths. That's all I'm gonna say.
If we
It's
cross
not gonna be
paths,
it's
it's
not
not
gonna
gonna
be
be
good for
pretty.
him. I'm just telling you.
I know you, cousin. I know you will. If you get a hold of him, it's not good. He's not gonna look good.
All those 3 years of bullshit you've been sending my way, that's adding up, bro. It's not gonna be and I got receipt for that. It's not gonna be pretty for you. That's all I can say. And I'll leave it at that.
That's a nice looking car you got on your profile, Cynthia.
So
I'm
tonight's
just
topic, brothers and sisters, night terror, sleep paralysis, dealing with a succubus and incubus. That's what we're gonna talk about tonight. And I had to let all this out, brothers and sisters, because it needs to be said. You know, here at Spiritually Encrypted Encounters, we don't take crap from nobody, man. I mean, that's a God honest truth. I've never taken crap from anybody in my life. And if I did take crap on somebody, is because out of my mother's uh, advice, because she didn't want me to get in trouble, because certain people that were in power in the schools and stuff like that, that she respected. That's the only reason. If I ever didn't get in a altercation with somebody, it's because out of respect to what my mother was telling me.
welcome, Brian
My mother's
Griffin.
not in the picture, so it's about if people come at me in a negative way, I'll handle it with those individuals. This is the bottom line. I've been one of those type of people that I don't play around with people that coming at me and gets in a negative way. If somebody got a problem with me, spiritual crypto encounter, all you gotta do is jump. Let me know you got a problem with me. Man up. You know, don't come in here drunk like the drunken master and start talking all crazy. Don't come in here talking about a huggable succubus and making strange noises. And definitely don't come in here with this fake ass profiles of trolling me. You know, like I said, if y'all can't man up, just shut up and move on. Leave spiritual encrypted encounters alone. I ain't
Welcome, Liz.
following. I ain't following y'all's group. I ain't trolling y'all. I'm doing my own thing here. And me and cousin Jesse doing a thing here. You know, it's not my fault that we do this 7 days out of the week. That we continue to do this works. But I'm gonna do something tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be going live early by myself through Spiritual Encrypted Encounters through YouTube off my cell phone.
Hope to meet
For
you
those who
there.
are interested, to tomorrow during the day, or should I say early evening, I will be going live for about 2 or 3 hours early, and then I will do a live with cousin Jesse at around 11 o'clock for all the late night owls. That's what I plan to do tomorrow. So for those who want to show support, I'll be there, and I'm more sure that there will be a lot of other people tuning in, and the numbers are going to be great because I'll be going live on YouTube. So I'm just letting y'all know what I plan to do tomorrow. I try to do my own thing at nighttime, where I communicate with the late night owls, sometimes early morning roosters, right? So people want to come at me disrespectful, so I'm going to go into when you're doing your lives, and I will be doing my shows, whether whoever likes it or not, that's what I'm going to do. Tomorrow, I will be going live in the afternoon for about 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours. And then I'll take a little break and do a live with Cousin Jesse at 11. You know why? Because I can. Si se
Simón,
puede.
Simón, but
So, Cousin Jesse,
yes,
night terrors and
sir.
paralysis, succubus and incubus. As of lately, I've been dealing with a lot of that. A lot of that. Uh, I don't think it's a succubus that I'm dealing with, though. The what I'm seeing, man, what I've been seeing
Welcome,
is
Prima
not a
Ivy.
succubus. It's very how should I say, very slick that it's trying to hide. It's not showing itself to me like a succubus or incubus would do. It's showing it's what is it's hiding behind me. It's like it don't want to show itself.
You don't want to
We
show its
know
face.
that yeah, it don't want to show itself, its identity. I'm just waiting for it to show itself because I'm ready to type on and rebuke it. All I know, whatever it is that I'm dealing with, he has spirits of children with it. And that's what I see in many spirits of little children that are with it.
Could
That
it be? Hmm.
was that primo?
It could be the what they call the boogeyman, dude. That hides under the bed in the closet for children and has been taking
Well, that's
children
where
life
if you
forces.
seen the video, that's where it was coming from. Well, if you see the video when it passes in front of me, it's coming out of the closet.
Yeah, yeah. I was telling somebody the other night that I needed something from my closet, but it was like 3 in the morning, and I told her I didn't want to get up to go to the closet because the closet's a portal.
Like a portal.
Well, I didn't want to get up and open the closet because it's a portal, and it was like three
Yes.
in the morning, man. I ain't trying to get up and get up in there.
So what is it that you seen it coming out of the closet, primo, or you heard noise in the closet?
I just felt like something was standing at the door.
I'm sharing to some of the groups real quick, cousin, before we go. But
Okay,
continue, primo. Uh, so well, you was asleep or were you awake?
I was awake, but I could, like, I was talking to somebody, and I was telling them that I needed something from the closet, but I didn't want to get up to open it because it's a portal. So it's a portal, and I didn't want to open it because I felt something was in there. But yeah, no, when it comes down to sleep paralysis, man, I've had a couple of, well, more than a couple of those dreams, man, and it's no bueno, man. Especially when you're standing by the bed looking at yourself sleep. Because I had a dream like that I was standing by my bed looking at my body, and then the cabinets underneath the sink opened, and a lot of these little black shadow figures started coming out, and we were fighting in my house. And then in my dream, my spirit jumped out of a window, landed in the front yard, and the whole neighborhood, man, was covered with dark shadow figures that were coming at me, and we were having a fight like in the Matrix before the Matrix came out, but in the Matrix, and they were just attacking me, man. We were just fighting in the front yard. Finally, I rolled over and fell off the bed and woke up.
So it was a lot of them.
Yeah, there was a lot of them, man. The whole neighborhood it was covered with dark shadow figures, man. And like I lived in the middle of a hill, I could see them coming down the hill and up the hill, coming at me. Welcome, Yvette. Field goal. Oh, really, Joe? You went to check that place out and your friends shit their pants? Wow. But yeah, man, that was a weird dream, man. I was like, I didn't know how to get out of the dream until I rolled off the bed and hit the floor, woke myself up. I know exuberance. It really blew my mind, man. I'm glad I trained myself to roll off the bed because I always sleep on the edge of the bed just for that occasion. If anything goes wrong in my dream, I just roll over, fall off, and wake up. But then you gotta be careful because you might think you wake up, but you wake up in another dream. It's like a dream within a dream. So you gotta wake up and make sure you're awake.
We got that was Angel in there,
Yeah,
Sister Liz.
that's right. Exuberance, get your troll finger ready. Yes,
But
Cynthia.
everybody here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters know that I'm saying the truth about this guy because they've literally seen him come in here numerous times with his troll profiles. He even had a troll profile corner of the cob, you know.
I remember when he came in as a various serial killers. He was Jeffrey Dahmer at one point. Shit, I told him I was a serial killer, man. I killed a box of Captain Crunch. Yeah, but we all know, man, he's come in here, man. And I remember when he begged you for forgiveness to unblock his channel.
There you go. Everybody remembers all of the tactic. I think I got screenshots of that when he was asking
Yeah,
for
that was
forgiveness to unblock the channel.
I was
He come in
waiting for.
here, yeah. Uh, he come in here with pretending himself to later on say that that wasn't him, that it was somebody with a fake profile. But shit, you're the only one that I know that has shitload of fake profiles. So much about that fool, man. We're gonna continue to talk about this night terror. So, yeah,
Welcome,
and
Don Morris.
the when you dreamt there was a lot of shadow figures. There were
Yeah, there were a
small
lot of
shadow
them, cuz.
figures, little
There were,
small shadow figures, or big shadow
yeah,
figures.
they were small, and when I jumped out the window outside, that they were coming down and up the hill, they were big. Some were as big as trees. They were all coming at me, man. I was surrounded. It was just me by myself fighting.
There you go. He's already. We already got two trolls in here. We got one here.
Tyler
So I'll
Reynolds,
get one. It's called Tyler Reynolds. Uh,
your mama, Tyler, your mama. Yeah.
so here we go. That's the first one that's going to get booted out of the live chat.
Have a good time, man. Enjoy your vacation. Arriba del chivato loco.
He's off. Oops. Here you go.
Welcome, Eve. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Time to wipe off that boot, primo. It's got caca on the tip from kicking him out of here.
Yeah, I sent him. I sent him out. They got nothing else better to do, man. To try to come and disrupt our life because we're putting out good content and it's going against uh what they're trying to put out. The book crap that they want to put out, or the thing that they learn because they read a book about somebody, and they get pissed off because we just talking straight up, when we're talking out of what we've experienced or what we've seen, and they get upset because they can compete with that.
Well, can I let them know that you sent me a Bigfoot costume in the mail? I'm gonna be running around the park in Fort Worth acting like a Bigfoot. I'm gonna
So I
put a
can catch up.
roach. I'm gonna put a roach on my forehead in a Bigfoot costume. That's what happens when you have too much free time, Lawrence. Now it just goes against their narrative of what they're trying to push about the Bigfoots being real, and they're not. They're DDNs.
That's what they are.
Can't wait to get
They
that
get mad
package, man.
because I go against the alternative, and I guess what happened with Bigfoot, man, is like this: a lie will only last to another lie last, right? So every time they continue to cover up with lies, the people are seeing the truth out of it. That is bullshit, you know. And that's nothing that I something that I did. It's just a lie will last till the truth comes out, and the truth
Hmm.
has been revealed numerous times already. Dealing with the Patterson film and all these other people dressed up as Bigfoots and Dogmans that you can literally tell it's a costume, you know. So if people want to believe a person in a costume is a Bigfoot, go ahead. But I'm just letting you know that it's bullshit, that it's not true. People are pulling the wool over your eyes.
I'm gonna get a big old towing chain, man, and walk my chihuahua with it and say he's a dog, man. But yeah, I don't understand why I had that dream, cousin. But it was really weird, man. Like I said, when it first started, I was looking at my body and sleeping in bed. I was looking down at myself, man.
Your spirit was out of your body, looking at the whole scenario in the room.
Mhm. Mhm.
That happens to me all the time. That the night that I was being attacked, that something was behind me because I could see something black, but it wouldn't show itself to me. Then in front of me on my bed, I could feel like a lot of hands were hitting around the bed and pulling the blankets and all kinds of things. But those I seen it was a lot of hands of little kids. I guess they were trying to awaken me or warn me that what you call the kukui or the boogeyman was there.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I've been up this past ever since that day. I've been up ready to fight spiritually because I'm you know and that's one thing about it don't want to show itself to you because I'm ready to type out and rebuke it just like I did the succubus. That I got rid of the succubus. If it's got kids souls, then I'm ready to free the kids souls from whatever it is. You want to call it kukui, or if it's it has to be something of that nature, something that's a collector of souls.
Mhm.
We talk
It
about
has to.
collector of souls, succubus, incubus, other things that can. What other things uh, can suck the life source of individuals or children, primo? You know of.
Soul vampires. Vampires that sustain themselves on life force and not blood.
How about
Uh,
how about brujas?
lechuzas,
Brujas.
brujas, wizards, sorcerers.
And what's weird about that is, yeah, somebody said succubus, incubus snakes. I know I've been telling your cousin about the giant snake that said he was coming for me.
Well,
So I've been
that's probably what it is that won't face you. It's that snake because it told you it was coming.
so I'm just ready. I've been waiting to fight spiritually against it. So he decided to attack while I was asleep. Somebody's saying it's a psychic vampire.
Yes, Lord, it might be.
Something that whatever it is, all I know it was a lot of children that it has the souls of many children, and I think it was using the souls of the children to try to distract me from what he was trying to do. But I was able to see something moving behind me, in which I woke up from it. The only thing I ask, spiritually through the Heavenly Father, I know that the Heavenly Father does bless me like this, is to be able to fight my enemy, uh, spiritually or physically, whatever the case might be, to be able to fight against it. That's what I pray to the Heavenly Father, in which He does give me those spiritual abilities to be able to do this. So all in due time.
Then I had another sleep paralysis dream, man. When I dreamt my daddy after he died, that he came to visit, and we were talking. And again, I was sitting outside my body. We were sitting on the floor, and I could look up and see my body sleeping on the bed. And the next thing you know, man, I'm being attacked. He's got me by the throat and he's choking me, and that's when I realized it wasn't my dad; it was something else. And I managed to turn to my left. Whatever was on my chest fell off of me, man, and I automatically opened my eyes and saw a green orb floating in front of my face. And then it went into the sheetrock, man, and you could see it go up the sheetrock onto the roof because it was glowing green through the wall. Then you could hear something run on the roof and run off laughing, man. So that was another night terror dream, I guess, because like I said, something was sitting on my chest. I couldn't move until I finally turned to the left.
Some call the succubus the sea witch, or sea hag, should I say, which is like a witch. This dark entities, but guess what they are? When you see a succubus, or incubus, well, the succubus I witnessed that I fought, she eventually revealed itself. There's two ways that they show themselves to you. Uh, Through the dark shadow figure form, when you're in the dream and you see him in the distance looking at you, and you just see a dark silhouette of something. But then when I faced her true self, uh, she didn't wasn't a dark shadow. I seen her true form, how she looked, where she literally had her mouth open, trying to drain my life source. And when I seen her, I was able to say a tie bound rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. When I said that, she already had her mouth open, so her mouth open even wider. Her eyes went real big, and she just exploded. And all the souls, I guess, that she had trapped within her were escaping. They were flying everywhere. There was nothing but orbs flying in my room. If I
Oh well,
say,
you destroyed her.
yeah, if I say 100 orbs, there was all I know. There's a lot of orbs flying out of her, different colors, just flying out of her. One of them came like telling me thank you, and they took off out the window. It's like they escaped. Just thinking about it, I'm getting goosebumps because I witnessed it. And I was awake when I witnessed the orbs all in my room. When I defeated the succubus, when I defeated her, whether it was a succubus or whatever it was, uh, outside you could hear something chanting where they were saying something. So I had to fight that too, which was two different chants. You could hear a chant of a male and another different chant of something else. So I got on my knees when I defeated the succubus. Then I started praying against them and calling upon the heavenly angels, the Holy Spirit, to come and intervene, which they did. They came and assisted me spiritually, and that was like But yeah, she was attacking me there for a long time, for about 2, 3 weeks or longer, a month, 2 months, till I finally figured out. Knowing you had a spiritual hit, anything out of balance is it will come up against you, you know. So yeah, there was different kind of orbs, Sister Liz. Different colors of orbs were they came out of the succubus. I seen how she looked. She looked like she had white hair, but you know, she's in spirit. So you just see the spirit hovering over you and the face, how the face looked real like a prune face, you know. And her mouth is open. She's just draining energy. It's trying to drain my life source. I believe that succubus and incubus were the ones that had killed my neighbors. And the way they were killing them is when we were asleep. You know, just like it was trying to attack me to try to eliminate me, but I overcame them. You know, if one of the spirits came to me, it had to be the spirit of one of my neighbors. I think it might have been the spirit of Miss Kim that she came to tell me thank you, you know, for freeing them. You know, I try to warn my neighbors about what I was witnessing. So that's another thing, brothers and sisters, is these things that people call shadow figures, shadow people that come out of the woods at nighttime. Do you think that they're since they do the witchcraft and necromancy, maybe they might have belonged to a cult of some sort, that they might have had some deals, and the only way that shadow figure can survive is to drain spiritual energy from a life source. Do you think that's why they attack at nighttime? That's my question to y'all. What do you think, Primo?
I think they do attack, man, and they do steal the life force because that's what keeps them living. Uh, like
And
when I got
if the
attacked,
succubus, yeah, if they're attached to them, you know, they're feeling tired all day, but they don't know that they have that attachment on them, whereas it's draining their energy constantly.
oh yeah, it was like when I called you and told you that what you saw in me, you saw two of them on me, and I was always like really feeling tired and lethargic, man, and I would wake up tired and go to sleep tired. So I know how it is to be attacked like that, man, because like I said, you're the one who helped me with that issue.
It's like I always tell people, if you're ever in a sleep paralysis, right, or night terror, and you're trying to wake up from it and you can't, but you're seeing your bed and your room. Always, if you don't see nothing like by the in front of you, like where the door is or closet, look to your immediate left or to your immediate right. If you're able to make your spirit look to the left or to the right, you will see the succubus or incubus that's right beside you because it's attached to you, draining your energy. So you're going to be able to
Welcome,
see it.
welcome, Franklin.
So when you're able to see it, hopefully you can train your spirit that when you see it, that you can say, "I tie bind and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name." It becomes a spiritual battle. So it's a spirit versus a spirit fighting spiritually. That when you say, "I tie bind and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name," it's going to flee. It's going to flee. It's going to leave you and flee away from you. That's right. They do. They come in many sizes. They come in many manifestations. Just put it that way. They try to creep you. Try to uh, keep you preoccupied, thinking it's something else. You know, that's what they do. It's like an illusion, right? So they're masters of illusion, trying to get you to believe it's something else. When if you really focus, you're going to see the true nature of it.
What's up, Breezy? Welcome.
How you doing, brother Joe Breezy?
Been a while.
But that's what they do. They that's how they infiltrate. Should I seen one that looked like that was pretending to look like my wife. Now that could have been a DDN, but this one I live in within the city. You know, I was living in an apartment complex, and at the time we wasn't married. We were just together, right, boyfriend and girlfriend. And I was doing laundry in the laundry room that they had out there at that apartment complex. So as I'm going to walk to the apartment, I see somebody walking down the sidewalk, and I thought it's her, and I'm like, "Hey, how you doing, babe?" Next thing you know, it goes to the left. So I start walking up, and when I walk to where it turned left, there's nothing but a wall and a AC unit.
Oh
And
wow.
I said, babe, and then next you know, I hear in the distance like two apartments down, right, the apartment complex, that she's coming from where we live, and it's like, hey, uh, what's up, babe? You know, like she's coming my way. So I definitely seen something that manifested to look like her. You know, which the DDN are capable of doing that, or these things that we talk about, Succubus Incubus, they're they can manipulate things and to make you think there's certain things. Even when I seen all this the spirits of little children, maybe there wasn't little children. Maybe it was more than one succubus or incubus coming at me, pretending that there were children. That's why, when you see something like that, you got to be ready to fight it spiritually. And of course, through Jesus Christ. It's not about an I thing, it's not about fighting through Jesus Christ. How you doing, Brother Joe? And the one that I've seen like that, man, that takes a manifestation of my wife. I've seen it numerous times when I used to live at that apartment complex. And when I moved over here, it's kind of like it likes to imitate her. But it could be a DDN where uh I will see like the silhouette of her by my feet, while I'm laying in bed because she'd be getting ready to work, and I could see the silhouette by my feet, like lights are off and like she's getting dressed. Next thing you know, the door opens and it's not even her because my wife is in the restroom. You know, so
Wow.
I've had those experiences like that numerous times. Even when I take a nap here on the couch, that I think it's my wife standing in front of me, but it's not even her. That it's something that's manifesting to take her form or her silhouette. Does that make sense? What I'm saying, cousin?
Yes, yes.
They
They mimic.
mimic this, mimic. They like to
The,
mimic their shadow, their silhouette, their shadow. Maybe they can't take the full appearance because they don't have that much energy to to take the full manifestation, but they take a form of the manifestation, which will make it
well,
look like a shadow, like kind of like my dog over there right now.
I see you.
Imagine if that was Succubus Incubus in the form of a shadow, right? That's how it would look.
My experience with the mimic, man. I ran into them when I was really young, man, and it took the full manifestation of my brother. He looked just like my brother Joe, man, in the kitchen, and hey, let's go play in the basement. And I'm like, no. He's like, come on, it's all right. You go first. I let him go first. I took two steps down, turned around, went back to the living room, and he was asleep. So I encountered the mimic when I was like 4, maybe 5 years old.
And did it have a certain look on his face, like a little smile? They
Yeah,
like doing that
he
little
had a
little
little creep
smirk that they be doing.
a little creepy smirk, man, and his eyes were like they weren't my brother's eyes, man. They were like red or something like that, man. It was an off color, and I could tell it wasn't my brother, man, just by the voice. The voice was different as well. And he's like, "Hey, let's go down in the basement." And something in my stomach told me not to go, man. But like I said you go first, and he went first. I took 2 steps, turned around, and went back, and he was in the living room asleep. So I don't know what it was or what the business it wanted with me, but I was like, I tricked it. Played a trick on it.
Yeah, when they take a manifestation, they can take a full manifestation of the person. You're going to be able to see flaws in it,
Hmm.
especially if you're maintaining a heavenly love foundation. Oh, that's another thing that I wanted to tell you. That's what he was trying to talk about. My heavenly love foundation. That if I maintain a heavenly love foundation, why do I talk bad about him? I said, well, you come at me in a negative way, man. What am I supposed to do? I'm just trying to do my thing here, spiritual encrypted encounters. But you come over here in a negative way. What am I supposed to do? I gotta address you. So don't get mad if you're coming here trying to interrupt my live feed and address you in front of everybody. If you're coming here falsifying yourself with a fake identity, kind of like this succubus incubus, right? They pretend to be something to be relevant to see if they could continue their spiritual attacks. In this case, this guy got so many troll profiles that all he does is cause interruption or interference on the live feeds. That's what he likes to do. No difference in a when a succubus and an incubus.
Yeah, I guess what he wants you to do when he comes in here, every time he trolls your channel, he wants you to give him a donation. He needs $20. He needs
I'm
twenty
gonna give him
dollars
a
for
ten
the
dollar
fix.
donation, a
He
ten
needs
dollar
20,
donation,
he needs $20 for a fix.
ten knuckle shuffle.
Puro knuckle
Okay,
sandwich,
sister.
primo.
If anybody got any questions, you're more than welcome to say the questions. Yeah, ten knuckle sandwich.
Puro knuckle sandwich. Con queso.
Says yeah. See, I hear my name called out from adult kids. I run up to my name called what? I hear my name called out to me from my adult kids or from your children. I run up to my name called asks up. My kids tell me I didn't call you, mom. Yes, I've had things like that happen where your name is being called out in the public. I could be when the mall used to be popular back in the day. Could be in the mall in a different city, and I hear my name being called, and I look, there's nobody around, not unless they're calling somebody that's got the same name as me, you know. But then when I look, there's nobody there, you know. It could be, but yeah, I've heard my name being called, even when I go investigate where something says my name, and I look, but there's nobody around. That's another thing. They know your name, man. There's DDN, this unseen forces. They know what your name is. It's a spiritual battle, right? So the spirit knows the spirit, so they know everything about you. So according to Cobb, if the DDN or the Succubus Incubus or private investigators, uh, you would have been locked up, man, because they already know what you're about. They know what's in your heart. They know what you've done. So most likely you would have been locked up in jail a long time ago. Demonic impersonation is very real. They take the form of relatives or loved ones' voices as well. Yes, right. I've had that happen to me numerous times, brother and sisters. When I was fighting in Elms Grove, you think about it. I was fighting at nighttime. What's out there at night? Everything. I'll just say it that way. Everything dealing with the balance is out there at nighttime. Succubus, incubus, witches, warlocks, anything you can think of, it's out there
Ooh.
at nighttime because that's when they they attack spiritually. That's when people send certain things your way to try to attack you. It's through spiritual warfare. And nighttime is when they. That's why people come at me at nighttime here because of the works that I do. We do because I used to do it by myself, but then I got cousin Jesse on, so they dislike this work. So what we're talking about night terror, sleep paralysis, because it's things that they use to go against people spiritually, right? When they do the brujeria, the voodoo, the hillbilly witchcraft, children of the corn, when they
I'm
do
so
those rituals with the corn, you know.
I'm so upset
Uh,
that they talk shit about us, man. I could barely drink this water.
uh, but this
So
this
I
this
know.
this people here, man. Uh, I remember that video. He's throwing rocks out of his pocket. You could see him pull out a rock and throw the rock, and then say it's a Bigfoot. I say, yeah, I guess you are a Bigfoot. You look like freaking Sponge. Was it Patrick and mixture of Shrek? He's throwing the rock. Then you got those kind of people, right? People that they're trying to deceive you, but they're not even good at that because they get caught red-handed throwing freaking rocks. That's what the
That's
channel's
crazy.
about. AI. I guess we could say AI would stand for all idiots. We'll leave it at that. You can even do that right.
Welcome,
Uh,
Judy Donnelly. That's
you can
crazy,
even do that
man.
right. Another thing, since we're talking about succubus incubus, oh boy, they like throwing rocks. A dirty house. The This unclean spirits, they like a dirty home. Um,
I'll be
I know
back.
your house is pretty damn filthy. So that's where they dwell in. It's a dirty house. A casa mugrosa, a dirty house. That's what they'll infiltrate. That's how they hide is in a dirty house. A dirty pickup. You start having pestilence in your house, roaches, rodents, you name it. If your foundation is dirty, then the only thing that are there is unclean things, right? It's where you got to make the step of cleaning your home, keep it clean, so good things could come in. Just giving you a little bit of words of advice, words of wisdom. You got to keep your house clean, man. Keep your yard clean. Why do you think there's so much activity dealing with ghosts, succubus, incubus, shadow figures, and abandoned warehouses, old prisons, sanitariums, locations that are kept unkept, right? That they're not clean. It's because that's what they'll dwell in areas like that. You got to keep your casa limpia, and your casa is also your your immediate self, your body, right? You got to keep it clean, man. So, corner cob, I know you don't like taking showers. You got to take a shower every day. Keep your foundation clean, man. Keep those negative energies away. If not, they're going to infest you, man. And I believe that's one of the main problems that you have is keeping yourself clean. Yeah, all those locations where it's unclean, certain things happen. I know when I was fighting spiritually, and the this unseen forces were affecting my household. Going around my house and coming inside my house. There was a lot of activity like that, man. Keeping an unclean house is. Think we had a problem with the laundry room, and we had a pile of clothes because the washer had broken. And when that pile of clothes was there, uh, it was my sister's pile of clothes because I would do my laundry. Uh, there was a laundry room where we used to live in Elms Grove also, but she had a pile of clothes there because she had so many kids, and I believe that's why there was a lot of activity also because of the pile of clothes that was there. So yeah, it's very important. Even if your washer or dryer gives out, you got to maintain your house, keep it clean accordingly, because if not, you will get an infiltration of pestilence. Roaches, rats, mice, whatever, and unclean spirits. They'll come. That's what they're dwelling. That's what they like to dwell. Yeah, they can come get you in a clean house too if you have a spiritual opening. If you yourself is not on the right path and you're living in sin, that's the only opening that they need is for you not to be on the right path. So that's how your house can get infiltrated. She says, if you have a lot of patience, unlike me, I don't. It's a rep for me. I got it the first time. Yeah, so Lawrence Morgan. That's how they wear the head things up in the Muslim world. The woman be having the covering the hair and the face. Till this day, they still do that because of that.
The burqa.
The succubus, the incubus, but then you also have to worry about the gen. The gen disguises itself like that also. So when you're thinking you're seeing a woman or a man dressed up in those things covering their face,
It's
or a
called a
woman,
burqa.
yeah, it could be a gen in disguise, a gen, a reptilian, whatever manifestation they take. They could be hiding ninjas, right? Ninjas used to wear dress up like that. Ninjas and samurais. They used to cover the face. Uh,
The
native
headdress.
warriors used to cover their face for battle. Paint their face, and some of them will put mask on when they go into battle and stuff like that for the fear factor.
Mm-hmm. With a fear factor.
I'm in trouble. In that case, my hair is very long. Let's see. Veils over the face were only used historically by prostitutes, but head cover is what should be used, not face. So another thing, uh, another thing is when a person another opening for the succubus, incubus, or anything of that nature to attack is when a person is not on the right path. A person is doing wicked things, coming up against people in a negative way. That's a form of bondage, right? If they're going to sleep and waking up with a thought in their mind, is because they're being spiritually bonded, or that's what they're allowing in their heart. So that's what they do, the wicked things that they do. because they're allowing it. You're reading the comments, Primo?
Yep.
Somebody with a
I'm trying to figure out what he meant by,
what was that?
huh? Trying to figure out what he meant by that. What if the phenomena is the same thing, but just wearing different masks? You think I was sleeping, cousin?
No,
Because I
no,
had my
no.
head down?
I was just seeing you read the comments.
But wow, man, I've never seen a gin.
Was that Primo?
I've never seen a gin.
Oh, I've seen it.
Or the gin?
I've seen it numerous times when I was out there in Operation Desert Storm, and then I seen it when I went back to guard the border, the Kuwaiti border, which is the Kuwaiti and Iraqi border in '95. So I witnessed the gen. It showed itself to me. Like I said, they have to identify themselves to us through spiritual law. So I know what I was dealing with when it sent me. It's okay. I know who you are. You know who I am. So I was fighting spiritually against them out there. They tried to attack one of my crew members. I would always tell my crew member uh not to be staying too late out there because he likes staying in the main tent, which was in the center of the Alpha Alpha. There's a circle. So he would sit, he would go over there and play cards and watch TV late at night. And one night he said he was walking, it was like around 1:30 in the morning, going back to the tank, and he said he heard somebody talking to him in a different language. When he looked, he seen his dark shadow figure, real tall, talking to him. So he said he was trying to run away from him, but he couldn't because it was right there by him. It was like gliding, yeah,
Just
right
floating?
there by him, man. This guy was so scared that I could
Wow.
hear him, his gear, his LBE, where he ran to the rear of the tank, and I was in my sleeping bag. I looked, he literally jumped on the back deck and ran and jumped in his sleeping bag, and he hid. But yeah, they tried to mess with him.
Oh, wow.
After that, he said he stopped going over there, man. I asked him the
El
following
miedo
day,
no anda
"What
en
happened to
burro,
you, man? You were
primo.
hauling ass." So what happened? And he told me what he seen. Because that's one
Wow.
thing that they do. If they manifest to show themselves to you, is because they see a spiritual opening. They try to attack, and the spiritual opening he had is that he had broken up with his girlfriend had broken up to him, so he was kind of like sad about that. So they were trying to use the spiritual opening to bond or possibly possess him because he was feeling
Wow.
how should I say sad. So that was a spiritual opening. That's what they surfaced up. So I had to protect the crew because there were coming numbers to our tank because of that crew member that had a spiritual opening. So I was fighting them for the 3 months that I was there. I was fighting them daily, man, because I will come and I'll tell them, I will go into prayer, fight against them spiritually, and they will leave and then they will come back and leave and come back. So you know, uh, uh, I had to fight for that crew member. One day I'll get him. I'll see if I can get him live here with me so he can talk about what he witnessed out there. But he knows he was there, with a 4-man crew. We are in the same tank, so there was all kinds of activity happening around us. Uh, what we had in front of us was the berm that went all the way around the site. There's a berm of dirt that created like a wall, but there was activity happening on the other side of the wall. where you could hear somebody calling your name and stuff like that, and you're like, side of the wall, you're
Oh
not
wow.
nobody's supposed to be on the other side of the wall because you got the main gate where you have to open up the barbed wire to let people in, right? So when you hear somebody calling your name from the other side of the wall, you're like, there's no way because everybody, the alpha, all the people are inside the barrier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I hear
yeah,
you.
a lot of crazy activity like that, especially
I read that I read that the jinn are what we call genies.
yeah, it's the same one, Janie's Chen.
Yeah, that's what I read. Yeah, that's crazy, Primo. Especially if nobody's supposed to be on the other side of that wall. Who the hell's calling you?
I mean, it's a berm. It's a berm. It's like a little wall, but it's a berm that the 88s built this berm like a little wall, so nobody would be able to come through there. You know, they built it all the way around the Alpha, right? This berm of dirt all the way around. Uh, but yeah, you could hear where somebody's calling your name from the other side of the wall at
Wow.
nighttime. Yeah, so yeah, I'm out there trying to guard the borders at the same time I'm fighting spiritually all night. So by the time the daytime comes, I'm tired, man. You know, so I will get some of my rest during the day because at nighttime is when it was hot and heavy, man. It was pretty bad at nighttime. You know, in the desert, there's a change of temperature at night that the desert gets like freezing cold, like sometimes below zero because there's nothing blocking the wind. So you have to put on cold weather gear at nighttime because it gets that cold at night in the desert. So you go from a hot day to a cold day. Also, what's underneath the sand? A lot of coral and limestone. So that right itself by itself with a sun hitting it, that could the energy stored there could cause a lot of activity also.
Welcome, Beeswick.
How you
That's
doing this
crazy,
way?
man.
Oh yeah, man. I have so many stories of being out there, man. I will see them. I know what's going on here.
Go suck corn
Let me
cob.
think.
What's going on, Yvette?
I wonder if they're talking to Biswick. Maybe that's corn on the cob.
I don't know. That was out of left field, man. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I think that corn on the cob is Biswick. Yvette knows. Maybe Yvette will let us know.
Weren't you supposed to be on tonight, Exuberance? That's what I remember from yesterday.
Yeah. So, Sister Yvette, so where's this corn on the cob guy? Yvette Philgo. I'll give you a chance to respond to that.
Oh, she just says it gives us something to make fun of.
I know it's fixing to start deleting, getting people out. You know, that's a like, because I'm talking about something serious here, and you want to say something like that, it makes me wonder if you might be corn on the cob. You know what
Now
I'm
you
saying?
remember, Murphy? Be careful what you say, Beeswick.
Okay, I I got you.
So sorry. Bye bye now.
I try to warn people, man, that we ain't playing around here tonight. Yeah, yeah. You can go. To me, I'm saying something, and you interrupt me with saying something that has nothing to do with what I'm saying. So I figure you're infiltrating here. So in saying that, hasta la vista. I'm,
So
I'm not
sorry.
playing no games with nobody anymore. They're just playing rude. You know what I'm saying? And anybody talking for these people that that's you kicked out people and there's people we know, blah blah. Well, they were here infiltrating, so that's why they got kicked out. I try to give people a chance, man. You know, so afuera. I don't got time for this, man. So it was two that were giving each other back right there. I believe it was according to God, man.
Huh? Like I
What do
told
you
you
think,
before,
primo?
cousin. Like I told you before, this is your show and you run it as you see fit. Si no los quieres aquí, que se van a la birdie.
So there you go, brothers and sisters. We just got rid of two people uh trying to interrupt in the show of what I'm trying to speak, of what I'm saying, and instead of asking something from what we're speaking about, they want to say a smart remark or something, right? So that's why they got booted out. The only thing I wanna know is who's next. I'll do a Goldberg impersonation. Who's next?
Hey, you started off the show by warning people that you're not having it, and they're gonna go try to do that anyway. Be slick. You brought it on yourself. All I gotta say.
They couldn't help themselves, man, because that's what they do. They like to troll. And I've been noticing that person, that the other whatever with a Y, and I felt that it was him, but I try to keep people the benefit of the doubt. But I ain't having it. I ain't playing. So who's next? That's what I want to know. Who's next? Yvette just got eliminated from the group. So who's next? Who's with the Yvette? No, you can't really see with I mean with the night vision. You have the night vision. It's nighttime. The desert is pretty pitch black. So when you put on the night vision, you can see what's around you, but you can never see an image of anything, of a person or nothing like that. You gotta remember that this Jinn or DDN or anything that's of the spirit, it's a spirit form. So a night vision goggles is not going to be able to show you anything. If it's not the only way it can show you something, if it's something that's in the flesh. So half of the times when you look with your night vision, you don't see nothing because it's something that's in spirit.
Well, we're supposed to start earlier tomorrow, Smurfy. Primo's thinking of bringing the show on prime time, and he's gonna do one on YouTube without me. So
I'll do
moderators,
one early, maybe between 10 or 8 to 10, one early, and then we're doing one at night for the night
regular
owls. I'm doing it
regular
for the
time.
algorithm. I'm thinking about doing shows like that on for the algorithm uh early to bring in more members. Because when we was going live on YouTube, we was getting all kinds of numbers. This one when we couldn't do the lives with cousin Jesse, that I had to go to a StreamYard and restream.
Well, he tries Smurfy before he starts the show. He sends all the all the links out to let everybody know that he's on.
What do you think? Whoever seen the show Finding Bigfoot, they never found Bigfoot. They had night vision goggles. They could never see Bigfoot. They could hear noises. They could hear that, but they never found Bigfoot. The reason they could never find Bigfoot, even with the night vision goggles, I trained with that kind of equipment in the military. Not once did I see a Bigfoot or a dog man with that kind of equipment. The only thing I did see was some shadow figure forms
What's up,
moving in
Stone Hobbit?
the ranges when we're going down range during our night gunnery. That
What's
we
up,
had to
little
probably
brother
cease
Mario?
fire because we could see something dark moving down range, but we could never. It never had a heat signature. Never had a heat signature. It's just a silhouette or a dark shadow figures moving down range. They were pretty tall.
My little brother's in here, cousin. Mario's in the chat.
Mario, how you doing, primo? You just seen him right there.
Yeah, Smurfy. Most of those TV shows, that's all it is they're just trying to make ways to make money and fake being scared. And that's funny to me, man, because they show all this fear and think that they can't get possessed. But that's when they get possessed is when they show that fear because they're allowing it in. It's an opening. Yeah, we know, little brother Insomnia is the one.
Go. What do you think? I'm awake right now.
And me too.
So I'm awake at nighttime, so might as well use it to do something good. There's a lot of things that surface up during combat, man, or in an area where people have died. You know, there's spirits and there's other things in those areas. The jinn is running havoc still over there in the Gulf.
Well, it's still
Soldiers,
doing what it's been doing since forever, cousin. They've been around
yeah,
forever.
yeah, they've been around for a very long time. They identify themselves to me out there. That's what I know what I was dealing with. The spirit knows the spirit. Just put it that way. So they was trying to come at me at nighttime numerous times. A lot of activity where I like sleeping on my cot, but you see, I'll put my cot in the sand underneath the camo net because we had a camo net over a tank. So my cot was underneath the camo net, even though there's sand vipers and there's scorpions. I still would sleep on the ground, man. I will kill big scorpions this big sometimes
Oh
where they'll be around
wow.
my cot or trying to climb my cot. I will kill them. I will sleep right there on the ground. So at nighttime, as I was asleep, I could feel somebody pull the strings of my sleeping bag. And it was happening for a while where somebody was pulling the strings of my sleeping bag. And when I would get up and look, I couldn't see nobody. And sometimes I would sleep with a night vision. If no one wasn't pulling guard, I would put on my night vision, but I wouldn't see nothing. I would get up, walk around the tank, look underneath the tank. I wouldn't see nobody. So I'll go lay back down as I'm going to sleep. Somebody yanks on my freaking sleeping bag. So I'll look, nobody, I couldn't never find nobody. That would happen. Another thing that would happen is I could feel somebody putting their elbow on my neck area. So I get up, move around, get up, nobody. So I was sleeping with my sleeping bag open. So next time it would happen, I would jump out and be ready to fight whatever it was there. But There was nothing around. Sometimes I would hear footsteps running towards me where I'm laying down. You could hear like where they're running, and it sounds very close. And next thing you know, I get up with my guards up. Well, there's nobody there. You could hear the boots where they're running towards you, man. But sometimes it was choking where they're trying to choke me out. So I said, okay, let me protect my area. So I would pray around the area. Uh, it was a spiritual battle every day that I was there. It was a spiritual battle because there was a lot of activity there. DDN activity, ghost activity from people that died out there in combat from the enemy. Man, I was just happy when I left that area, man. We was just there for 3 months back in '95, and it was so hot and heavy with paranormal activity. It was crazy, man. The thing is that I'm always able to sense to see these things. So not everybody that was on my crew was seeing or experiencing the things that I was experiencing. Because I've been seeing all my life since I was a kid. So I had to fight spiritually to protect not just myself but my crew. Yeah, my senses are pretty keen out there in the desert because that's how we train in the darkness to be able to sense anything coming near me. So there was times where I could sense something beside me, and I had like this the luminant cot thing, and boom, I hit something on the ground because I felt something beside me, and I killed a big old black scorpion. It was like near me, but I sensed it. That's how good my senses
Wow.
were. That I killed a scorpion, and we're playing cards, you know, and they freaked out that I killed a scorpion. I'm out there in the sand, man, at nighttime, sitting on the sand because I was asleep on the cot. All my crew was asleep on the tank. I was asleep on the ground. So maybe that by itself might have been the reason that I was sensing the things that I was sensing, because things happened there. I was sensing the things that were happening there before, I guess. So they were mad because I was asleep on my cot like that. The majority of the people were asleep on the tanks. I was asleep on the cot. There you go, Lawrence Morgan said I was sleeping on my camel tent and something pushed the hair right down my face through the material. I screamed, you startled me so much I grabbed my machete, ripped open the flap, and there was nothing. Yeah.
Wow.
Just right there by yourself. Just think about what he's saying right there, and the things that I just said. So when people go into the woods and they're saying that a Bigfoot is in their camp or that they felt some movement or they heard a noise, is it really a Bigfoot that's making that? Or is it things of the spirit, something demonic that it might be doing those noises? Because right there, he went through it. Uh, where he's feeling something's there, he goes to see what it is, and there's nothing out there. That's what they do. It was trying to lure you out of the tent. It was trying to lure you out of the tent, and if you're giving it power that is something, then it's gonna generate in itself because you're believing it's something, right? So, like if people are in the woods, the first thing saying, "Oh, it's Bigfoot, it's Sasquatch." Well, if they're believing that it is, guess what's gonna happen? The rest of the night, they're gonna catch all kinds of activity because they're
Well,
opening themselves up to it. So, like when my soldier got attacked, whatever it was running right beside him, I had to pray for him the following day. I had to cure him from susto, from being afraid. We prayed together. We prayed together for God to get the fear off of him. Because once you get fear on you, then those unseen forces are going to use that to keep on coming at you. Fear is a spiritual opening. So that's what they do. That's what they're about. Once you have the understanding, then you know what to do. Just give it no fear, no belief. And that's why or I've been saying for a very long time. The reason I've been saying this for a very long time because I dealt with it. I've been fighting spiritually all my life. I know exactly what to do. And the advice that I give here is good advice to help out somebody that might be going through something spiritually to be able to overcome what they're going through spiritually. Once you overcome it, then you know the remedy to overcome it. You save the wisdom and knowledge, and it's with you for the rest of your life. That you just don't use it for yourself. You use it to help out other people that are going through that might be going through what you're going through later on in life, or they're going through their own trials and tribulations. That you're able to use the wisdom and knowledge to assist them spiritually.
That's why I refuse to go camping, man. I don't know nothing about camping, but I remember the '80s movies. Any teenagers that went camping died.
There's a lot of wild animals out there, man. That's cougars. I would run into the cougars. I was in the military 10 years. The first year and a half, I spent it in 135 Armor, who I went to combat with. The rest 8 years and a couple of months, I guess, 8 years and a half, I spent it in the Cav. I was a Cav soldier, where I was the first ones to go, where I'd lead the way. I was a Cav soldier for 8.5 years. So I have a lot of wisdom and knowledge of a lot of training that I trained during the day and at nighttime. So when you have this wannabe shows talking about boots on the ground, but then they're serving the military, get the hell out of here with that crap. You're talking to a real
Boots.
soldier here that really has been boots on the ground. We're called to go to where there is a situation happening, and they call us for help, or they call us send us on a mission to eliminate the threat. That's what we do. So when you got obese guys, this guy, overweight guy, deadbeat dads, trying to say they're boots on the ground, but they're never serving the military, get out of here. Stop stealing the military terms and find your own term. How about boots on the couch?
Rocks in my pocket.
Boots on the couch or rocks in my pocket. or
Ro-
rocks in the
ro-
microwave as a hot pocket.
roach on the window.
This guy trying to sell military terms to make himself look relevant. Get out of here, man. You never been there. You never done the training. You don't know what it is, what it takes. You're
Yeah,
not hombre enough for that kind of training, man.
what's the other one? Slept with my mama.
I'm just being honest, man. I've been there, done that, man. There's my buddies. They did 25 years. I got some that did 25 and 30 years in the military. We were the same rank, but I got out. They stayed in and they climbed the ladder. Retired, so first sergeant, retired sergeant majors. They have a lot of wisdom and knowledge, man, because they climbed the ranks, the ladders, and they became first sergeant, sergeant majors. But they still remember me. Uh, but yeah, so much respect to them. Let me see, brother, first retired first sergeant Corey Stevenson is one of them, and retired sergeant major Audie Person is another one. They were my homeboys, man. They stayed in and they climbed the rankings in the military. So much respect to them. The difference between me and them is like I think they won a combat, they won a war in the new Iraqi war. Me, I had already been a war when I was 19. You know, they went later on in their military career, but they're still my combat brothers. And I'm happy for them that they got to 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 stay in and retire. Somebody said it's not his fault. His mom is also his sister. Oh wow. Yeah. Man, when you're in the military, you got to do your time. You can just say, I quit. You can't say you quit. You got to do your time that what you raise your hand for, and you volunteered, right? So if it's 4 years that you enlisted for, then you got to do your 4 years, right? Now, as you want to get out as a dishonorable discharge and be a mess up, that's where probably if the corner cop would have been in there, it would have been a dishonorable discharge. They would have booted him out because the way he is, they would have kicked him out. He wouldn't have lasted. Especially playing the games that he plays, they would have kicked him out of the military. It would have been a dishonorable discharge because in the military it's about following orders. You gotta the people in charge of you. You gotta if they give you an order, you gotta follow the order. If you disobey the order, then you're subjected to an Article 15, which they give you 15 days, and they can derank you too, take some of your pay. There's different kinds. There's one that is like 45, 45 is 45 days of extra duty and 45 days of no pay. So, there's always a
Wow.
price to pay, right? If you get in trouble in the military. So I did 10 years, did my time, and, got my honorable discharge. Uh, did 10 years. So like that, if there was something happening, I had already fulfilled my contract, and they wouldn't be able to call me back, which now it's a little bit different. But when I was in, that's what I did the 10 years. So they'd say, hey, you owe us some time and all. I did the time that I signed up for, I did. So once I did that time, they can call me back. And of course a disabled combat veteran, so definitely they can call back. Not only they they need me, they better come up a lot of money. That's all I gotta say if they were to call me back. But besides that, I mean,
Hey,
if something were happen within the United States, then it would be crazy where we're getting invaded by the enemy. Then maybe I would just volunteer myself. But besides that, I'm happy the way I am right
exuberance.
now. I did
She,
my time.
she is no longer here, exuberance. She went to a land far, far away, and I don't think she's coming back.
Yeah, she went to the cornland. She went to the cornfield. Her and who was that other person that went to the cornfield?
So, oh man, I can't remember. Beeswax.
Yeah, there was two of them that went to the land of the corn. They wanted to go take an adventure to the land of the corn. So that's where they went to.
In a cornfield far, far away.
See, sometimes the enemy, right? It show itself to you who they are because they can't help themselves because they think they're in here with a fake profile that they can interrupt what somebody is trying to say by acting stupid.
Yeah,
And I
they
don't
haven't
know.
they haven't posted exuberance. They haven't posted since he kicked them out.
Maybe they're out. They're somewhere else. Let me see. You know,
Uh-oh, he's getting the glasses. Cause
I'll
I
show. I'll find out real quick.
oh
There you go. Hopefully that took care of it. Let me read some of these comments here. Let me try to catch up real quick. I think I'm way behind here.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you so much. Welcome to the show.
Here we go. I think they disappeared. They went to Cornland. But let me go back to talk. I know that sometimes here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, when we get to talking, we talk about a lot of things, and I want to stick to the night terror
The
sleep
topic.
paralysis. I want to share a one that happened to me when I was training in Fort Ord, California, like a sleep paralysis night terror. You know, we have been training all nights, so of course, where you sleep on the tank is on the tank itself. You know, we have been training in the desert. It's cold at nighttime, so I'm sleeping in my sleeping bag. As I'm sleeping, I'm having a dream. In the dream I'm seeing a cabin. I'm seeing a bunch of candles. Like there's like red candles, some black candles, and I see at the time my wife, the one that I was married to at the time. She was standing in front of me, you know, with her makeup and her lipstick, and she's looking at me. But then from outside the cabin, you could see a woman come in, and the woman I seen was my mother. She got behind her, grabbed her, and she was trying to tell me something. You know, I just couldn't read what was coming up. I couldn't really see her lips moving, like she was trying to tell me something about her. She grabbed her and pulled her spirit away from me. Right as she did that, it's when I wake up from the dream. Uh, when I woke up from the dream, in this particular dream, I woke up, and when there was another thing when I was waking up, I could hear like some drops or something on top of the sleeping bag. So when I got out of my sleeping bag, I was sleeping on the back deck of the tank, and as I got up, I noticed this coyotes that were all around the tank. I mean, they were all around the tank. Coyotes like in a circle formation, like they were fixing to attack or something. They had circled us, and they were just looking at us. There was one black coyote that had red eyes, you know. So I was looking at them, and it looks like they were approaching us a little bit at a time. So what I did is I started praying, but the other thing I did is I was praying. I urinated around my tank to mark my territory. As I urinated around the tank, the coyotes that were closing up, they stopped from moving forward. As they stopped from moving on forward, as soon as I started, they started moving forward. Uh, I could see the black one with the red eyes looking at me. When it turned around and walked away, all the coyotes, it's like they were in a hypnotic state. They turned around and left too. So yeah, I think it was that black one with their eyes could have been a possible shapeshifter skinwalker. They had power over them, but it was one of those dreams that you imagine waking up from a crazy dream and then waking up to that where your tank is being surrounded by coyotes, but was able to react to it because 20 coyotes is a lot of coyotes. Don't you think, cousin?
That's a whole pack, primo. That's a whole pack of coyotes. Hello, Elastic Machinery. How you doing? That's a whole pack
They're
of
pretty
coyotes,
big.
man.
They're pretty big, man. The coyotes out there in the desert.
I seen a coyote not too long ago, but at the cemetery.
Thank thank you, brother Lester. Well, this is in Fort Ord, California, at the National Training Center, which is in California, where we're training. We're training in the desert, and I witnessed that, but my spiritual instinct told me to urinate to mark my territory, which I did mark the territory. Once I marked my territory, they left. They took off. I guess they said, "Man, this guy truly is an alpha." So they left.
Welcome, Adam Al Mansour. Yeah, Lawrence, but those coyotes that he's talking about have been eating the dead, so they weren't afraid of people.
Oh, this coyotes that I'm talking about, Primo, it's not from when I was out there in the desert.
Oh,
This
okay.
is
Uh,
in 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 Kuwaiti Iraqi border. The
okay.
ones I'm talking about is an incident that happened to me in Fort Ord, California,
Oh, okay, okay. I thought you were
when
in
I
the
was
desert.
training out there. That it was seemed kind of weird, and I had been training going to the desert for a while out there, and that kind of like freaked me out. That seen that black alpha one with the red eyes controlling a lot of them, and once I urinated around the tank, it's kind of like that backed away. My crew didn't even know what was going on because they were asleep. So as many as there were, it seemed like to me that they were trying to bum rush us and try to catch us off guard while we slept. They saw the enemy attacks, believe it or not, while you're asleep. That's what the topic of tonight is: night terror, sleep paralysis. I'm telling you, I've seen things imagine waking up to that. Where was here in the chat? Waking up from a nightmare that you already had, right? Or a sleep terror. And then when you open up, get up out of your sleeping bag, get up, and you're not in another nightmare. You're seeing something that's happening in real time, where your tank is being surrounded by coyotes, and they're closing up at you, and it's nighttime. You see one that's all black with red eyes, like is in charge of them. So you go into prayer, you do your little prayer, and then you go follow your spiritual instinct, and you mark your territory. Which a peed around the tank. I never stepped off the tank, but a peed around the tank. In which the when I did that, they backed away and they took off. Yeah, they do attack that way, spiritually or physically. Succubus incubus, spiritually, and they can leave physical marks. Let's talk about the physical marks that you can have: scratches, bite marks, hickey-like marks, bruising, and they can attack you sexually also. The succubus and incubus, that you might wake up a certain way. When we talk about a having a wet dream, well, the succubus or incubus, they can attack you that way. That it makes it, when you wake up, it feels like you're like, what happened? How did this happen? Because that's what they do. They attack you through every way that they can, through any spiritual opening or any of your senses. Through your tear ducts, your nose, your mouth, your ears, and your privates. That's how they attack. The succubus, the incubus. Yeah, well, yes. Brother Exuberance, very very strange activity. It looked like they were in a hypnotic state, that they were being controlled, and it was the black one with red eyes that I was focusing on my prayer on. When I started praying, it turned around and walked away. When it walked away, all of them took off. It's like he had them in a hypnotic state, in which I feel that the black one could have been a shapeshifter skinwalker. I don't know if shapeshifters and skinwalkers are are noted to be out there in the desert in California or not, but I know what I witnessed. Oh, not just fingerprints, Stone Hobbit, bite marks, bite marks in between your thigh areas, bite marks. That's what I was waking up to, bite marks, choking. Yes, sometimes you can feel like they're choking you around the neck, so you wake up with choke marks. What other things, cousin, that you know of?
Well, other than scratch marks and hickeys, man, I really don't know because I've experienced scratch marks and I've experienced hickeys, but that was a long time ago, and you took care of that for me because I really was getting attacked, man, real bad. I do remember having a lot of those dreams that you were talking about, man. So now that you said that, now I know I was being attacked for many, many years.
Stone Hobbit said, yes, I have footage. I'm a regular in the night terror field. That's awesome, Stone Hobbit. Yeah, if I fought a succubus and fought against her spiritually, in which I seen her true nature. So when I seen her true nature, because she had been targeting me for about two months, where I was waking up with scratches, bruises, bite marks, hickey-like marks, and what was weird about them, they were all in threes, you know, and the numbers are threes, which would be demonic in nature, So when I prayed to the Heavenly Father to show me my enemy, it happened one day. I trained my body. I was able to move a finger, move my hand, and wake up. So in the dream, um, I'm somewhere in the dream, and the dream is trying to keep me preoccupied by the temptations that are in the dream, which was nothing but women. And I was able to ignore the temptations. And then in the dream, I moved my hand. So when I moved my hand in the dream, it woke me up. So when wake up, I'm laying down in my bed, and the succubus is hovering over me. She's got her mouth open where she's draining my energy, and her eyes, they're real wide, right? They're wide, and her mouth, she looks freaked out from the face. And you can see like she's got like some kind of white hair, but I don't think it's white hair. I think it's, I don't know, things that she might use, like a tentacles or something she might use to drain people, to make those markings on people or something, right? On the body. So when I seen her, I said, I tied bind and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name. And she opened up her eyes real big, her mouth got bigger, and she exploded. When she exploded, uh, she went to little particles and molecules, but then there was a lot of orbs that were left behind, where they were started flying everywhere. The orbs, or the spirits that she had trapped, were able to escape. So they're flying everywhere through, going in and out my walls on my bedroom. They're flying. One of them came, stood in front of me, and took off like he was telling me thank you. Spirits. And that was the last time that I had encounter with a succubus, because I fought her spiritually and overcame her. And I was able to free all those souls that she had trapped. Only God knows how many souls she had in her, but she had a lot of trapped souls. And when I defeated her, all those trapped souls were released.
That's awesome, Stone Hobbit.
That's what they do. When the body, the vessel, might be gone when somebody is pronounced dead, but the spirit still continues to live. So the succubus had a lot of trapped spirits, I guess from draining the life source of people. What is they become like orbs, and I was able to fight her spiritually, overcome her, in which if she was storing those orbs, and I destroyed her spiritually, then the orbs were released. They were free to be able to ascend to wherever they're going to ascend to. So I believe we cross paths for a reason. The Heavenly Father had me cross paths with the succubus to be able to for those souls to be released. Like I said, the Heavenly Father placed me in certain situations for a reason because He knows I'm able to do spiritually. So all the situations I've been through, I believe He places me there for a reason because He knows that I'm able to overcome those threats to be able to help out those souls, right? What do you think, Primo?
I think you're right, cousin. I've seen you help a lot of people, man. I've seen, and I'm one of the people you helped. And it seems to me that you're always in the right place at the right time, man.
Yeah,
Ooh, an hour and 53 minutes, cousin.
now 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen Madeline come in. Morgan.
Yes, that's what nobody happens to me. And it's like people like they hear my stories that I share, and they're like, "How could that be?" This guy has a lot of stories. Well, it's because I'm placed in those situations for a reason, and that's how I see it as. That all the situations that I've been through is that I'm placed there strategically for a reason by the Heavenly Father. I'm a vessel that's here on earth that He uses to be able to do the good works. So I continue to do the good works through Him, through
Thank you,
through Jesus
Lester.
Christ. So He uses me and places me in certain situations. Sometimes I've been in locations where you could say it's called the lion's den. You know, the lion's den where the enemy lies. There was one evening I share a story with you. I know it's a little bit off topic, but it's dealing with brujas, it's dealing with witches. I used to go shoot pool at this little club called the Branch, La Ramita, and it was closing time, and there was this lady. She told me, "Hey, mijo, you want to come eat some menudo? I got a fresh pot of menudo at the house. It's gonna be me and some friends. You want to come by? Follow us. Well, you can come eat some menudo." I said, "Okay." So I get in my vehicle and I follow them, and they go to their house, and there's a lot of cars where I guess people are gonna eat menudo. So I go in there and they told me, you can sit right here. It was a long table. She was sitting on the other side of the table, I was sitting on this side of the table, and nothing but female. That's what seemed odd to me. I was the only male there, but everybody else was females. And the woman hits the table and like she's taking order or something, you know. She had already given me a bowl of menudo. I hadn't eaten it yet, and I'm sitting there, and she's like, "Have you done the wrongdoing to this family yet? Like I told you to do?" And the woman said, "Yes, I already did the wrongdoing to their children." And then she's asking all these people of the things that she ordered them to do if they've done it, and they're telling them what they've done spiritually to these people, right? Which is not good. It's even worse. So I'm sitting there listening to all this, and my mind is like, here we go again. I'm placed in a situation that I'm going to have to handle it a certain way, because that's the story of my life. I guess the Heavenly Father makes me blend in, you know, even in the lines in with the enemy. So I'm sitting there and they're all talking and they're laughing, of all the maldas they've done to the people. And then I get my little spoon. I hit my thing. They all turn and look at me. I said, "Can I say something real quick?" And they're like, "Sure." I said, "Do you know that if these people you've done wrong to are being protected by Jesus Christ, that all the wrongdoings you've done are going back to y'all seven times fold?" They jumped up when I said Jesus Christ, and they're like running around all crazy, like they're in fear, and they're like, "Who is he? Who is he?" And they're jumping out of the house, passing me by, they're running away from me. And then I looked at the lady that invited me there, and I said, "Did I say something wrong?" But they all took off running, man. All the brujas, they all took off running
Wow.
when I made Jesus Christ. I think they took off running because they seen something. Yeah, I don't think it was really the words that I might have said to them. It's because they said something that scared them, and they took off with fear. And I believe what they were sensing was the Holy Spirit and the heavenly angels that were there to break up their, how's you to say, their gathering or their party. What was it saying in the Bible that they can hide? Was it a hide under a rock?
Yeah, they would look for hiding places under rocks, and there will be none.
There you go.
They will ask for death, and it shall not come. Sí, pendejo.
What happened, primo?
Uh, you really want to know, man? I just tried to take a drink of water, and the cap was on it. Ya no le
Well, when,
vendan.
when, I, when I get to fighting spiritually, brothers and sisters, I start praying immediately within myself because, I call upon Jesus Christ to assist me spiritually. So I'm more sure that they're winning something. That's not the first time I've seen them run away like that. All throughout my life, every time I've encountered what we call in Spanish, a bruja, a witch, when I fight spiritually against them, that's what they normally do is run away. Because, when you have true faith, true belief, and you fight it spiritually, they see your true nature. They see what's your backup spiritually. Spirit can see the spirit. Just like I know when they're trying to fight me spiritually, I see what they're being represented by. There's unclean spirits, and that's what they take up running. The fear of God. You know what I'm saying?
Man, are you still here,
Yeah,
cousin?
basically that's all it is.
My chat is stuck, man.
It's stuck.
Yeah, it's
Mine's
not
loading
going
up
up.
pretty good.
Mine is scrolling up or down, man.
No, you want to back out and come back in?
No, cousin, I just leave it at that. I'm trying not to fall asleep right now. That's fine. You can keep up with the comments.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see.
Well, put in the comments over here, Primo. Oh, you see it on the screen.
Yeah, but it's not switching over to the comments. Let me see. Hold on.
Spiritual warfare, brothers and sisters, is very real. And I'm sorry about earlier that I had to get rid of two individuals that were trying to interrupt in the live feed. You know, I've been warning people, of not coming in here with fake profiles to try to interrupt the live feed in any kind of way, shape, or form. They decided to do that, even though I had already spoken at the beginning of the show. So I had to get rid of them. I try to give people a chance, and they put it to the test, and they're not here no more. That's why I say to anybody that's here tuning into Spiritual Encrypted Encounters that, oh, there's cousin Jesse again, that it's important to maintain your relationship with the Heavenly Father, with Jesus Christ, and to place Him first. As you place Him first, you'll be able to see, as you have the personal relationship with Him, that He's going to bless you in many ways. At the same time, we gotta live a certain lifestyle, be a certain way in order for us to obtain the spiritual gift of discernment, which forgiveness is part of that. Because forgiveness is part of love, so we have to forgive in order to obtain the spiritual gift of discernment, not give powers to other things, powers of believing, powers of fear, powers of anger, you know, powers of forgiveness. We close those where it could be all the way to the Garden of Eve, generational curses, right? You cut those ties. Not even the demons can try to afflict you. They can try, but as you wash those openings, and you have your relationship with Jesus Christ, and He protects you, He guides you, and that's how I do my spiritual works. It's through Jesus Christ. Somebody said, "Hell no" to that menudo.
I thought that was a funny story, cousin. You're just like, ding, 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 ding. Can I say something?
It's a true story, man. And what's weird, the lady still lives. She's up there in age now. She's probably up there like in her, and I don't know how old she is now. She's a old lady now, but I've seen her around still. Let's see, Aviaries, but and his wife Ella Channel are really, really strict. Talking when a lesson is going.
Yo, even Buddha Mali last.
Well, no, mine. I'm not like I know about Jerry how he wants you to stay focused on that, but mine is when I did the show, I spoke about certain things that were happening and what I was gonna do. When people come into the show, interrupting the show, trolling the show, there was a certain comment that they made, and he was referring to the person I was talking about at the beginning of the show. That's why they got booted. Yeah, that was showing me that they were showing allegiance to this guy that we call Corn on the Cob. That's why they got booted out. That's why they got booted out because they're telling me that either they're affiliated with Corn on the Cob or they are Corn on the Cob. I believe he said, what did he say? He said something about suck the corn or something like that.
Yeah, and he said that he really
The
really
female
loved
said
corn.
that. The
Yeah,
what? Yeah.
Yvette said that, and then he said that he really really liked corn. That's when I told him that he needed to watch what he was saying.
And that's why they got booted out. And I won't think twice of they're gone, man. They're telling me that there were fake profiles and they were affiliated with them. So they got sent back to the corn in the
The
cob land.
cornfield. Well, I know who not to go try to moderate for. Elastic, if they throwing out mods, and yeah. Hmm.
These people that we
Where's-
got threw out right now are not mods.
No, no, he's just
But
saying that there's a channel that they even throw out mods when they're talking over the lesson that's being talked about.
oh, I don't know. I don't watch their show, man. I've never watched their show. They got different beliefs. Uh, they're more of a native beliefs. I think one of them is they believe in other things, dealing with the natives, spiders, and all kinds of things. So me is not even dealing with that. I don't mind if people speak on the side. It's just the things that they said is just indirectly letting me know that they're affiliated with the person that I talked about at the beginning of the show. So that's why they got eliminated. Because even cousin Jess is like, watch out what you say, and boom, they give themselves away. You know, you want to
I was
come and
just trying to
infiltrate.
warn him. I was trying to warn him because I knew when you saw it, you were gonna boot him. I was trying to warn him. You had already said at the beginning of the show, if you don't pay attention, man, then you deserve what you get.
So
Send him.
I'll boot trolls. And these people here, they've been here. Uh, the guy I haven't really seen him much, but the female had been here for almost every show.
Yeah,
But when she
yeah,
said
Yvette
what she
has.
said, yeah, when she said what she said, that's like, oh, you've been infiltrating all this time. So that's why she got booted out, or it got booted out because you don't know if it's a guy or a girl at that time.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back, Cynthia.
I don't, Cynthia. But anyway, let's get back to topic.
Back to
Back to
topic.
topic. Night terror, sleep paralysis. You know what's crazy is when you see them and you're awake. When you're wide awake, and it's like you might have barely woken up from your sleep. You get up, go drink a glass of water, and you see activity. Now that's when it's crazy. When you're waking up from already fighting spiritually in your dream, you wake up. I remember one time I woke up from a night terror from when I was fighting battling the succubus. And when I woke up, I looked and I seen through the gap on my door because I had the kitchen light on. I could see somebody looking through the gap of the door. I could see a shadow underneath the gap of the door. So I got up real slowly. When I opened the door, I seen somebody going around the cabinet, my kitchen cabinets. It's a mobile home. So I walked past the fridge to the corner of the kitchen cabinet, and I see my sliding door cracked open. Somebody standing on the other side of the sliding door, and they close it, and I can see them because they're on the other side of the glass. So I start walking towards the sliding door, and I budge it open, and they're already going down the steps on the grass. So I leave the sliding door cracked open. I go after it. I'm running after it, and it's moving pretty fast. It's a dark shadow. It's not even like a dark shadow silhouette. You could literally looks like somebody moving, right? I'm chasing it. I'm running after it. I'm telling it to stop to identify who it is. Next thing you know, when I look at it, it's gliding off the ground. It's not even running. It's gliding off the ground. So I run it. It's like a good like 100 meters, 100 feet. When I run after it towards the park. When it gets into the park, as I'm catching up to it, it speeds up and it goes into a tree. So I said, I know you're there, brother, behind the tree. And I said, identify yourself. Who are you? So it's not identifying itself. Uh, so I kept on saying, identify yourself. Who is this? Try to identify yourself. And I say nothing. Then it comes out of the tree, like in spirit form, right? Like a dark shadow, and it goes into another tree. So I'm telling it again to identify itself. It's not saying nothing. Then next thing you know, it comes out of the tree, it starts flying in the air, and it starts laughing. Starts laughing. I think that part of what happened is in that show of This Woods and Haunted season 3, episode 2. Something is out there, not human. It's in there that incident, the moment of what happened to me, where he goes from one tree to another tree and he goes up in the air. But I was wide awake.
The only thing that's ever happened to me while I was wide awake was somebody standing behind me calling my name. I turned around, there was nobody there.
Okay, we got Electric Ministry he said he said he loved corn on the cob. I look at their history, and they look like they had been here a long time. Normal looking comets. They may have meant real corn, but I'm sorry, not sorry. Ha ha ha. So what are you trying to say?
He just said that he looked at their history and they've been following us for a long time, but they were probably talking about real corn. Well, it is what it is, man. Then he says that Abe, not trying to change the topic, but I believe the spider stuff has to do with fallen angels listed with several arms. When they mate it with women, the DNA is affected to absorb DNA from creatures that eat. I think I have the book underway. The shadow being stuff is too much for me. The psychological aspect could scare me if I'm not careful.
I'm trying to catch up to the comments right
Wow.
now. I'm behind.
Oh, it's because I'm just skipping through.
There we go. I'm caught up. So what did I leave off? What was I talking about?
I was telling you that the only thing that ever happened to me while I was awake was Somebody called my name from behind, and when I turned around, there was nobody there. Yes, elastic machinery. You're right.
I could understand if
Your
they
point
were
is they've
talking
been
about
here for
corn,
so.
like, hey, I like eating corn or something, but the way they said it, just letting me know that they're affiliated with the corn on the cob guy. So they're indirectly saying they're affiliated with him. That's why they got booted out. I could understand you would have been joking around about corn or something in that nature, but we wasn't, we wasn't, we're trying to stick to the narrative of the show of night terror, sleep paralysis. Stone Hobbit said, yep, I had that, a voice over my shoulder, but no one was there. The voice told me to let go of the steering wheel because I was spinning out, let it go and still hear it because of it.
Wow.
You got any other things that you've experienced, Primo? Oh,
Let's
that's right. I was talking
see.
about the one at Chase, man. But that one, it looked like I think it could have been a bruja, man, because she was not that tall. She looked like she was like 5'4", or no, no, like 4'9", 5 foot. What was weird about her is her eyes. They were freaking yellow, man. She was, I could see the yellow eyes looking at me from the other side of the freaking sliding door.
Welcome, hi Melanies.
Possible witch or shapeshifter skinwalker. I'm leaning more
Well, the eyes were
more to
yellow,
witch.
which I would lean more to
Skinwalker.
Skinwalker because of the color of the eyes. Yeah, Skinwalker's eyes are like got that yellowish tint to them.
I still chased her. I wasn't afraid, man. That's one thing about me. Even when I was in the army, I see certain things, because I know fear is a spiritual opening, so I don't fear. I just maintain my love foundation and I'm ready to fight spiritually. It's first in nature. You just fight spiritually. Can't give anything power of fear.
I remember when I lived with my baby mama, you'd sit in the what we're using as a dining room and look out the window, and you would see like a lot of shadow spirits just running across the yard. I'm talking a lot,
At nighttime,
and hmm at nighttime. And there was one that would stand in the corner in her bedroom. He would just stand there all night, man, under this. She had like a little shelf in a caddy corner like that, and it would stand under that little shelf, and you could tell it was a male,
what's up, brother Hyman?
but it was always in that corner. That thing drove me crazy, man. I was the type that liked to spread my consciousness out around the house so I could detect movement and feel what was going on. They took that opportunity to attack me. Welcome, Ivy Ramirez. ¿Cómo estás, prima? And ever since then, man, at night they would all attack me because they found an opening. I didn't know that was an opening doing that. Please don't forget to hit the like
You
button.
see, a lot of this spirits, or whether it's skinwalker, shapeshifters, they all have one thing in common: it's witchcraft and necromancy, right? Yeah, that's what they're made out of, or that's what they studied or practiced. So they know the spirit. They know when somebody truly believes in Jesus Christ, and they know what abilities you have, what you can do as you have a close relationship with Jesus Christ, and you place Him first. They know that you have the capabilities spiritually to tie, bind, and rebuke them in Jesus Christ's name. So that's where they flee. That's where they run away. And sometimes you got to be careful because when they're running away, they're trying to take you a certain direction. That could be a spiritual trap, also. Kind of like what happened to me when that woman was crying for help, and I went there to assist the woman for help, and it was an ambush, spiritual ambush. But it doesn't matter how many there are. So you have Jesus Christ first, place the Heavenly Father first. You can overcome them spiritually through a heavenly love foundation. That's what the other groups don't want me to talk about. How important Jesus Christ, the Heavenly Father, really is when it comes out to fighting these unseen forces spiritually. Especially when I talk about no fear, they don't like that because fear to a lot of the podcasters is is money, right? Because they want to install fear on you. Me, I'm telling you to do the opposite because I'm truly saying that there's a spiritual warfare happening amongst us right now. And if something is trying to cause fear in you, you do the opposite is do not fear it. If you do not fear it, then it doesn't have no power over you and you're able to overcome it spiritually. So I'm just being honest with you of what to do. No fear. When you start fighting spiritually, primo, against them, when you started seeing things and you started fighting spiritually with no fear, what happened? A lot of things left, right?
Yes. When I was in that other house, that I started fighting spiritually because the house was full of negative energy and negative attachments in there, man. I started cleaning the house and started praying and spraying with holy water and running them out in the name of Jesus. They left the house. They were all in the yard. They were no longer in the house. I took out like six different black shadow figures that were in the house. Cause you remember, you saw them in that room I showed you. You said you could
Well, I've
hear
seen
it,
them.
you could see it behind the headboard.
I've seen the movement.
So I
Um,
took them all out in the name of Jesus. Took them all out.
you'll flee. And another thing, brothers and sisters, eh, I don't mind if people have a story to share. Even though when we're doing a live talking about a topic, that's what I don't understand with troll like people. I think they want to say things on the side, but I give people a platform here. If they want to share something, you can say it here. You have something to say about what the topic is, monetary sleep paralysis, succubus, incubus, or anything of any other genre dealing with soul, your soul being drained as you sleep. You know, it's open mic night every night here, as a matter of fact. So we just go with the flow. So if you want to add to the show, all you got to do is then ask, and I send a link. If somebody has something to say, but sometimes people say they're shy. You don't have to show your face. All you have to do is speak. When you're sending the link, you don't have to show your face, but you can share your experience of what you're experiencing. Sharing is caring, and it helps other people that might be going through something.
Yep, I've been telling X for the past few days that he needs to come on live, and he said he was gonna do it today, but I guess he lied. Mentiroso X.
Nice, but there is some people that are shy,
I was like
shy,
that too.
shy.
I was like that too, cause when the first couple of nights I came on, well, first 4 weeks that I came on here with you, I was really shy. And then you would put me on the spot. What do you think, cousin Jesse? And I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
But you see, an open the mic night sometimes can be a good thing, and then sometimes it can be a bad thing because we had
Yeah.
some
We had a
some weird
shitty cable.
people.
We had a shitty Cape Warrior. We had a Huggibus Succubus, and we had a midget killer that was gonna cut me in pieces.
We've had some characters jump on here because they're defending the saber tooth killer and children of the corn. So they come here in a negative way, Even though I give them the platform to share something, you figure you want to make a you want to share something so people can respect you for the individual that you are, that you're gonna take the invitation and do something with it. But no, this guy just did something nothing good out of it. Just made how's that saying go in American terms? Made an ass out of themselves.
Speaking of which, cousin, has that dude showed up in temple like he said he was?
I've been waiting, man. I've been waiting, and it was a no show. I figured it was
Yeah,
gonna be a no show.
yeah, yeah. I'm still waiting for that guy here from Lake Worth to come find me. Pinche mentiroso.
He said he was gonna come around Halloween around Christmas Halloween time, and man, my toe is healed now. So I'm 100% Recon One right now. I even got the shirt on. Look,
That's it.
here
Good,
you
cool
go.
shirt, man.
What does it say on there? Let me make cousin Jesse Duende size real quick.
Hi, my leader isn't here today,
Here
but
you go.
Duendes locos forever.
There's the tank. Go.
Lizard riders forever.
Recon One, baby. Recon One always.
Yeah, no free hugs, buddy. Especially not to me. You can give all your free hugs to Smurfy. He'll take them.
Smurfy, you like the free hugs?
All right, all right. Settle down, Nick. Settle down. we'll the next time we come on, if you're on here, man, we just automatically we'll make it a open mic night just for you. So you'll be the guest star. Yes, Murphy. Duendes locos forever. Viva los
Somebody
lizard
said I watched
riders.
the other video early. Thank TY. Cobb is at it again. I know he wants us. I don't know what's up with that dude, man. Comes in here. I don't even want to talk about that guy. Comes in with fake profiles, and I address him, and he gets a butt hurt. So I'm not, how you going to get butt hurt if you're addressing me with a fake profile? Doesn't make no sense, right?
I found out what we're gonna call that dude with the saber tooth. All them dudes that hang out with him, we're gonna call them the Thundercats.
The Thundercats.
They're Thundercats, ho. Crazy. Hey, and that lady's with him, right? She can be Chitara. What? Farting
He's
mouth.
gonna he's gonna make his own show now called the Corn of the LBL. Man, let me get back to topic before we get a little bit carried away.
'Cause it's already 2 hours and a half, cousin, that we've been on. I'm starting to get a
Oh
little
wow,
silly. He's calling that
shit.
lady that Chitara.
Oh man,
Oh man, the dude with the two swords can be Panthro.
what's the name of the what's the name of the mummy?
That was Boomrah, the ever living. You remember what he used to say? Ancient spirits of evil. Even then, man, even back then with that cartoon, they were looking for openings, man.
Yeah.
Yes, Stone Hobbit. We went Thundercats. Sorry.
With society nowadays, I wouldn't be surprised if they make a gay Power Rangers.
Oh, come on, man. He-Man was gay.
I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if they make a gay Thunder, a gay Power Rangers.
I wouldn't doubt it either, man.
You seen how they changed up the Ghostbusters when they went from guys to all
But to
females?
all females, yeah.
Think they do that to Rocky too? Rocky,
Rocky's gonna be a girl.
Rocky's gonna be, and Rambo's gonna be Rambit.
Mm. Yeah, I can already see the Russian tell Rocky girl, "I must break you," and she goes, "Go for it." No, Lawrence, that would be the Blue Ranger, the original Blue Ranger. They call him the Butt Ranger because he was A B C D E F G.
Oh man! So
Yeah,
the Blue Ranger had a succubus spirit or incubus.
no, he was a succubus. That's why they wrote him off the show.
So He-Man was they call him Ivan.
Yeah, he man was gay, man. Prince Adam wore lavender and I don't know remember what his pants color was, but his shirt was lavender, man.
Somebody said no, please don't.
Ya se
LIL.
pasaron. I mean, even his sister Shira, man, and her name it had a rainbow on it, so you knew she was A B C D E F G. She-
So I heard they're
okay,
gonna remake Starsky and Hutch.
they're probably gonna be females.
It's gonna be called Sparky and Bush. Yeah, all those are spiritual openings.
Yep, but Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay, cousin, I think we need to steer this back to topic. We're gonna get in
Yeah,
trouble with it.
we went a little bit off a topic there.
We're gonna get in trouble with the ABCDEG community. She rub. Smurfy. Que no es on Smurfy. I wonder what happened to Ridge Runner, man. He ain't here today. Walks
War
with Bear
Runner.
ain't here.
Yeah, I don't know, primo. Maybe hopefully there wasn't linked up with those other fake profiles.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people missing tonight.
I think
Maybe we started too early.
Sister Cynthia wasn't here either.
No, she's here right now.
Oh, she is.
Are you in here, Sid? Are you in here, Cynthia? Please respond. That sounds bad. Oh, he showed up at the last 30 live. He was at work. Okay, exuberance. He should have made it
The
home by
one that
now.
we haven't seen is exuberant stalker, Abigail.
Yeah, she was. She hasn't been in here today. You know how to call her? Call her then. Jelly corn pirate.
He said nephew there. So let's go back to talking night terrors, sleep paralysis. I'm trying to think of the one that it was the one that it was crazy, man. I don't know what the hell it was. My Chihuahua dog was barking. And of course, we already had been having the shadow figures and experience through the park around the mobile home. My Chihuahua was barking. I went outside because and every time he barked, there was somebody outside. Either walking in the street or car passing by. He was barking. I went outside and I don't see nobody. But then out of my parallel visual, I seen somebody standing right there beside me. What was weird about it, it was like a red mask, but it was like a person with no skin, just the subcutaneous layer was red. I took a swing at it because it surprised me. Came out of nowhere through my right side. I swung at it. When I punched at it, my fist went through it, and I backed up, got back with my guards up, and it's looking at me, and I'm looking at it. It's around my height, so I'm seeing a red mass.
You
It
know the
lunges
type of
at me.
business?
It lunges at me, and it goes right through me, man. It's going right through my abdominal area, right? Going through my abdominal area. So when it's going through my abdominal area, I say a tie boundary rebuke in Jesus Christ's name, and then it just little red particles or molecules, whatever you want to call it, just fly off of me.
Wow.
Go inside and tell my son I'm feeling kind of like drained, because it tried to my stomach is hurting. It's trying to go through my abdominal area. I feel pain, but I feel real tired. I sit down on the couch and my son's like, Dad, what's the matter with your back? He's like, what do you mean, mijo? And he's like, my son was like 6, 7 years old at the time. So you got some scratches, Dad. So he grabs my phone and he takes a picture of it and he showed me the scratches, but I think it's because of the the spiritual attack that he tried to do something to me. But that one right there was freaked out. It was a manifestation of something red, like a red mass. I guess you could say
Wow.
like sangre. But it was like in the form of a person, but it was a red mass. But red is demonic.
Be back.
What do you think about that, primo? Then we lost cousin Jesse there for a little bit. Yes, Smurfy. I don't know what it was. All I know, out of natural reaction, because it surprised me to my right that I took a punch at it. Out of because paramilitary it's a natural reaction. It was close to me, so I swung at it, out of natural reaction. This was like around 1:30 in the morning when this happened. I swung at it, but the punch missed because it went right through it. And then when I pulled back with my guards up, uh, he just lunged at me and it started going through my body. That's when I said, "I tie binary begin Jesus Christ name," and it just went into little red pieces of whatever was created out of. But it was color red. To this day, I don't know. To me, it would be something demonic if it's color red, like a red orb. But it wasn't an orb; it was a red mass that kind of resembled a body. But I'm thinking those are the ones that come from the location where the tormentors torment, that the flesh comes on and off. So, if the flesh is off of it, then it's in the manifestation of having no flesh, just a red mass. Um, It was feeding off for you. That's some Silence Hills type stuff. Well, I witnessed it, man. Whatever it was. That's so when I seen that, it's like the one of the first things out of reaction, even though I was feeling tired, is I had to get up, grab my holy water, and bless my home, bless the people in the house, and go pray around the house. That's what I would do. A lot of prayer, but there's just some of the things that I witnessed there. If I had a camera on me, all of the experience that you would have been able to see what I was going through. I could have possibly caught what was coming and hitting me from the back too, if I had a camera. So you would have seen exactly what it was that was coming at me. I've seen these beings there, brothers and sisters. Like when you say they say they looks like they're tall as oak trees. I've seen this being after I went to take some people that wanted to go to Elms Grove from here from they live I think by the lake, and I told them I would take them to show them the area that when we were gonna leave, she pulled out some Palo Santo and was burning it because she could sense there was something bad there, right? Her name was Sister Priscilla. She could sense something bad, and I seen it. It was by the tree. It was real tall, looking at us from behind the tree. It had a face, but it was the body was all black, but it was I would say as tall as it was from where it was standing by the oak tree. It had to be at least 15 foot tall, whatever that was. But they're manifesting in they're in spirit form, or so I could only estimate the height from where it was standing, and he was looking at us, and he had a smile on his face. I seen it when you had the Palo Santo, uh, kind of like a giant caterpillar. You know how a caterpillar will look. You know those caterpillars that have the black. They're black, and then they have the caterpillar face, kind of something like that. But it was very tall, very huge. You know,
You're not Stone Hobbit.
manifestation. They kind of manifest to look like anything. Okay, Stone Hobbit. Maybe next time we'll have you on, Stone Hobbit, so you can share some more stories from where you come from. It's always open mic night here, so you're more than welcome to share anything you want to share here to the group.
You hear that exuberance? It's always an open mic night, brother. 2 hours and
Well,
44 minutes, cousin.
yeah, we started early, Primo.
Started about 11 something, man.
Yeah. In saying that, any questions that you would like to ask me or cousin Jesse of what we've been discussing about tonight? Has anybody had anything crazy like that happen to them? Night terror, sleep paralysis, something that you never forget, or maybe you might be going through something right now. That's what we're here for, to try to help you out spiritually.
Well, cousin was saying that it's not like it used to be elastic. That they got a lot more rules now there in Elms Grove.
I know a way in, but the way in is where the activity's at. I know a way in to go to where I had my experience, but it goes right into the location where the activity is at. Do a recon at nighttime. But at nighttime is when it's worse. We can do a recon during the day. Can show you all the hot spots where activity is, and if you want to do something on your own later on, you can.
You see, Jaime, that's what my cousin says. It comes back to you sevenfold. He says the black hooded shadow that pulled my brother's leg came from his crazy ex. She was crazy to the maximum, and then she was recently killed by a car.
Oh wow, sorry to hear that. Hi, Melanies. I mean, she could have had a negative attachment, or she wasn't doing witchcraft, and
Yeah, she
you prayed
he,
against it. It went back seven times fold.
he says that she sent a black shadow figure for him, and then it ran away, and then next thing you know, she got hit by a car. So sevenfold, cousin.
Yes, that's what they do, and it's not Bigfoot's peekabooing. It's demonic spirits, shadow figures, whatever you want to call them. The elementals, uh, the evil ones that the native call them, or Sasquatches. Uh, some people want to call them the Fae. Uh, they have many names. Children of Lilith, uh, shapeshifter skinwalkers.
Smurfy's got a question for you, cousin. He wants to know if you're gonna go out at night anytime. He wants to know if you're gonna do night recon.
So after the last night recall that I did, man, it was so hot and heavy that it was crazy. Man, it was pretty. I could feel there was things around me. Just put it that way, because I could hear the footsteps that were running around me. It was a lot of them. So it's like if I keep on going forward, they're gonna flank me. Whatever it was that's out there. So I said I need to get out of here. So I followed my spiritual instincts and my physical instincts, and I got the hell out of there. It's kind of like they were waiting. she she got you to do a power wash on the rug.
This purpose, she got you good, huh? Hmm, hmm, hmm.
It's kind of like once you cross paths with something of the things that we're talking about, you always know. You always will always know what it is, what you're going through in your dreams because you've crossed paths with them. They like to mimic. Another thing that I didn't mention, they like to mimic sounds, believe it or not, where you're asleep to keep you trapped in your dream. Uh, one day I couldn't wake up from sitting on the couch because I was stuck in a sleep paralysis. I could see the room, everything. The light was on, the lamp was on, and outside the door, I could hear like a lawnmower and a weed eater. But I already know what it was. It was this DDN that I speak of, or demonic things that they mimic the sounds of things. And I could hear like a weed eater, a lawnmower, a blower going off. And I couldn't wake up out of the dream, so I started praying. I said, I tie Bunner in Jesus Christ's name. And then when I was able to come back to reality.
Hey, cousin, I heard that when I was fully awake, man. When my brother-in-law passed away, I was sitting on my bed, man. It was like one something in the morning, and it sounded like somebody was using a leaf blower right at my window, man. And we didn't even have that kind of equipment back in the backyard over there, man.
Yeah, they mimic sounds, man.
The thing is, man, the window was really high up from the ground, dude, and they were like right at my window. When I went outside and stood by the window, my window came up to my head. That's how high the window was up to the floor. You know, at least 4 foot off the floor, maybe five.
Yeah, I haven't been back to Elms Grove. I passed through there, but I haven't been back to that area in a while. Maybe one day, if enough people want to go check it out, I'll make it happen so I can take everybody to the area
It would be
and
good to go as a group.
show you the areas. It just, I just don't want nothing to happen to anybody, for anybody to get any attachments or anything like that. If you take your EVPs, uh, you'll be able to cash something there because either a growl, a laugh, a whisper, a cough. You'll be able to capture something because there's activity there. I just don't want nothing happening to nobody. See a comment here. Before, just as I was falling asleep, DDN used to do something to get my attention to get me to wake up. Let's see this comment. Ever since my aunt went in the hospital, so I don't know. We cleared her apartment attached to her house. My family think it's son donors.
Not a fishing trip, Demon Slayer 420.
Where do we sign up for the fishing trip?
He said he's got his pole all ready to go. Just in a spiritual investigation, Demon Slayer. We're gonna go look for DDNs.
There's a lot of hot spots here in Central Texas, uh, besides Elms Grove, where there's a lot of activity. Uh, Elms Grove, there's one Maxwell Bridge where there's a lot of activity. There's a old cemetery there. What I witnessed when I was in the army, doing a detail there, that I seen activity. There's a nature trail walk, Sharkwitch Falls, a certain location there where there's a lot of shapeshifter skinwalker activity. There's another walking trail where if you walk the trail, sometimes you'll see a dark shadow figure running in front of you. And it moves so fast, it's running below you that you're able to see it in this area. So, there is a lot of activity in Central Texas. A lot of native used to be a lot of native land, so maybe there's a lot of what they call the one, or it's the one was like a what do you call it? Like a demigod that they would do a blood sacrifice ritual where the family didn't want to die from the enemy, so they cut the wrist, and the when the sun would rise, the one would rise out of the center of the blood sacrifice, and it's to curse the land to go after the enemy. So there is a lot of activity like that all throughout Central Texas.
Welcome, boat gun.
Good morning. Oh, gun. Somebody put troll with a question mark up there.
That was Ivy. She was asking about Demon Slayer 420.
So I know we're fixing it to 3 hours. Is there any final words you would like to say, Primo,
The same
to
as
the
I always
members?
say, primo. May the good Lord protect y'all while you sleep, and may y'all have a day full of blessings when you wake up. Other than that,
Yes.
if y'all have any questions for me or Abe, please feel free to ask while we're still here. We got 4 minutes till 3 hours, so 4 minutes can answer plenty of questions or any comments you might have.
Sometimes, brother Jaime, I can go to fishing trips. I can go to camping trips because those things they surface up, man. So when they surface up, they try to come after me, and I have to fight spiritually, you know, spiritual warfare.
It's not a fishing trip, Demon Slayer. I just told you. With that said, hasta la pasta.
Demon Slayer. Which one?
Te bañas, te lavas, te tomas el agua.
Just reading the comments here.
Pretty sure, Demon Slayer, there are apps for everything nowadays, man. I mean, if you're not willing to talk about what the topic we're talking about, man, you're welcome to see yourself to the door and go on a fishing trip by yourself.
Just reading the comments here. Think that is that time where the trolls start showing up.
Hmm.
I've never heard of Clara, Texas, or Clara. Never heard. But I'm unsure if it is haunted. That if I go to that area, that I'll be able to see Miss the
Miss Clara.
yeah, I'll be able to see her. Said about I've always seen things of the supernatural all my life. Yeah, Shuckers Falls is that area where I was shoved off a cliff. The natives used to. That's what how they used to kill their prey. The Tonka ones in this area. Call them dirty Indians, dirty natives. That's how they were. That's how they were attacked. North Central Texas. What Clara, Texas? I'll have to look on the map to see where Clara, Texas is. I live in Central Texas. Yeah, but yeah, that's why when I hear people, that say that the certain areas that people spotting certain things, that they're claiming to be Bigfoots or claiming to be dogmens, I don't mind going to those areas to check it out because I'll be able to tell spiritually what's there. If there is something, if it's true, if it's something that's TDN or in spiritual in nature, it's going to identify itself to me, and I'll be able to tell the people what they're really dealing with.
3 hours, cousin.
3 hours.
Yes, sir. Three
And
hours and
that's
one
how
minute.
it's still getting hot. Military spooky in Texas. Yes, a lot of activity on Fort Hood. Almost in every base that I've been to, there's been a paranormal activity. But Fort Hood itself, especially on Fort Hood on the training grounds, even in the village, but where you go train, a lot of activity out there. When we talk about shapeshifter skinwalker activity, it's out there. We're the ones that have to train in those time frames. We're doing our job. You know, when we go out there and train to the field, we have to do our job of what the mission is. So we're running into all these kind of things that people talk about. We run into them. Uh, I've had one person that said that they ran into Sasquatch. You know, but I know I'm getting a little bit off a topic uh, of what we're speaking about, but yeah, there's a lot of activity, a lot of night terror, sleep paralysis. One of the things that was happening on Fort Hood when I got there was a lot of suicides. Soldiers were committing suicide at nighttime. So the question would be is was the suicides that were happening at nighttime
Good
self-inflicted
night,
or
Elastic.
were there succubus or incubus uh inflicted like through demons? Because there was people dying at nighttime on base. Smurfy said, I have a lot of the activity in the south has to do with what might be called in the Gulf, the principalities and water spirits there. When you talk about water spirits, you can't leave out the Llorona. La Llorona.
All right, cousin. I'm gonna call it, man.
Orale, primo. Thank you.
Y'all have a
You have a
good
good
one.
night, cuz. Let me know when you get that package, primo.
Yeah, I'm hoping it
Hopefully
comes in
tomorrow.
tomorrow because tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah.
So as soon as I get it, I'll let you know.
Orale,
I'll
cuz.
be, I'll be able to be your Bigfoot in disguise. Oh,
But no es un Bigfoot, es un Dogman.
that means I can walk myself. Bad Jesse, bad Jesse. Hola pues, we'll talk to y'all
Orale,
later.
cuz.
Good night, everybody. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, cousin Jesse calling it at night. You know, I mean, I could call it a night also. Uh, but I just wanted to see if anybody got any questions of what we spoke about tonight before I go. And I'm wide awake right now. I know I do need to get some rest, but I was having activity, brothers and sisters, for about 3 days now, where as I slept, something was trying to come at me spiritually. You know, for before in this month, October is it's gets the worst where activity picks up a lot. You know, which at the beginning of the month in my dreams, since we're talking about night terror sleep paralysis, I had a black snake tell me that it was coming for me. I think in one of the videos that I made, I'm out in the woods and I capture an image where seems to be a giant black snake that I made a show reel out of it. I was having dreams where there's a snake with its mouth open and I could see myself on the other side like he's trying to swallow me up. I was having dreams of a snake trying to wrap itself around me and squeeze me. So every time I would wake up from the dreams, I was at time by and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. So I have been battling spiritually already. So I'm having these dreams of where every time I try to go to get some rest, you know, something is trying to infiltrate my dream. I believe it's dealing with witchcraft and necromancy. So I'm going to pray against it right now. Heavenly Father, at this time, I would like to pray against any witchcraft or necromancy, uh, that we don't accept any negativity here in spiritual encrypted encounters. We only accept the Heavenly Father. So if there's any unclean spirits through witchcraft or necromancy, we type and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name. You're not allowed here in my personal foundation, in my household, or to affect any of the members of spiritual encrypted encounters. We type and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. Go back to the sender, where you're coming from. We don't want you here. Leave at this time. This I pray in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. How you doing, Sister Morgan? Yeah, spiritual warfare is very real. No, but what's funny about that, brothers and sisters, is some of these people that they try to target us because of the works that we do. That they think when we speak about our dreams or what we're going through, especially if they're doing some witchcraft or necromancy, did they think that what they're doing is being successful, right? Because we fight spiritually daily. But what they don't understand is that if Jesus Christ is with us and he's protecting us and we pray against what they're trying to do, that it's going to go back to them seven times fold. So don't be making promises that you can't keep, because if the Heavenly Father is my protector and my avenger, then the things that you're praying to try to do things is going to remain with you. That's part of spiritual warfare. We've lost a lot of people. We've been losing people within the cryptic community, paranormal community. We could say that's part of life. People come and people go, right? That's part of life. We don't know when our day is, but at the same time, we have to be spiritual ready at all times to fight spiritually. On Friday, we're going to have an awesome show. I know we got another show tomorrow, but Friday, uh, I don't know what day is Friday. Um, I need to find out either Friday or Saturday. We're going to have an awesome show because I'm thinking my wife wants to go dancing one of those days. But I'll keep you posted of when that show is. Well, that's fine, brother. Good afternoon, Machine. I've been getting a lot of spam calls. So sometimes when I get the spam calls, I don't pick up the phone. But yeah, you contact me through Messenger. For some reason, I've been getting a lot of spam calls. It's kind of like my phone be going off the ringer during the day. That's when I sleep. Sometimes I go to sleep early in the morning and I sleep early in the morning, then I get up in the morning. But yeah, it's like the spam calls trying to keep me busy from doing my spiritual works. But I'm thinking I'm gonna go get my hair cut tomorrow also. They heard other voices singing. Oh man. Maybe I should make an episode of disembodied voices one day. Maybe tomorrow or today. Uh I'm thinking this Friday, brother. I'll let you know. Uh I got a date of somebody sent me a thing of October 26th that there's something going on that day. So let me see what that day is. The 26th, which will be Saturday. So Friday definitely we're gonna have that show, which will be of Lycanthrope, Dogman, anything dealing with manifestation of these creatures will be on Friday. It's a must see. This coming Friday because on I think on Halloween Day we're going to have a guest visit a visitor is going to come visit cousin Jesse from it's coming from a long ways. It's coming all the way from Transylvania. He's going to be a brother HCS RCS is not going to be here that day. I got to go to my work compound and go into hiding, man, because there's a certain visitor coming that day. Yeah, Saturday is when I'm gonna go probably do to a to a dance with my wife. Um, but Friday is when I'm gonna have a show dealing with whatever you want to call them, Nagual, Lobos, El Hombre Lobo, werewolves, lycanthrope. People want to call them Dogman. Uh, this we will talk about them. This creatures. That's what the show is gonna be this Friday. So it's a must see. It's gonna be a good one. But yeah, we'll have a surprise guest speaker all the way from Transylvania on Halloween Day. Yeah, they call him the Ruggaroo in Louisiana. I know people call him a certain name, but the original name of it, will be lycanthrope or werewolf. For because the Ruggaroo, um, let's see the names. I'm gonna look it up real quick because that's gonna be the topic we're gonna be speaking about. They have different names for them. Uh, lycanthrope is considered a werewolf. They said that they think that the first werewolf, the oldest werewolf, came out in the Epic of Gilgamesh. Let's look under mythology. And so a lot of names that are state names that are given by the people of the states are names that they give them, you know, they give them their own name, kind of like when somebody says dog man, but they're called other names from before, which you get the werewolf and the lycanthrope. You know, that's how we know them as throughout history. You know, and of course, every 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 location is going to give them their own name. But lycanthrope is what they are, or the name that they've been given, and they've been spotted for a very long time. Yeah, it's saying Gilgamesh's gay lover was a beast person. Here's some of the nerd nicknames for werewolves: Bitey, Clawy, Growly, Chompy, Furry, Hunter, and Chaser. Hunter and Chaser. I think they even got female wolf names in here, but we know them as lycanthropes, lobos. Spirits don't have bodies, but they speak and they move. Yes, they're moving in spirit. They can manifest to look like they have a body. Put it to the spiritual test. Type binary rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. Make sure when you type binary rebuke them, you're doing it in true faith and true belief in Jesus Christ. Because if you're not doing it in true faith and believe in Jesus Christ, then they can, if they're demonic, they can attack. They can attack your vessel because they know whether you truly have faith or believe in them or not. So if you try to rebuke them without faith and true belief in Jesus Christ, they're going to attack you. So I suggest don't do it if you truly do not have faith in Jesus Christ. But if you do have faith in Jesus Christ, then type bind and rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like Big Ladesh was being possessed by possibly a spirit of Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, he's talking about gay lovers. Let me see if I can look deeper into the origins of the werewolf. But we can do that on the show for when we speak about it. Just do a little bit of more looking up into it, where it comes from, where it originates from. I guess Anubis, Anubis would be another one, right? This entity, or they call it the the gatekeeper of the underworld, Anubis. The other gatekeeper was the hellhounds, the three-headed hellhounds from Hades. But in saying that, brothers and sisters, we'll let you go now. Thank you all for tuning in here to Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. We will have another show tomorrow, and then Friday we'll have the must-see show dealing with what we were just speaking about. You know, uh, it's going to be pretty interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna put out the weapons that I had that I used. Yes, have my backpack that have the weapons that I would use when I was hunting for what seemed to be a real werewolf or lycanthrope or this dark shadow figure that I would see that I didn't know what I was dealing with, and I still have my backpack with the weapons that I would use. No, I was trying to see if we could get it at a close range, close contact, in which it would have been a physical altercation. But then I found out that what I was dealing with was not something of the flesh, was something of the spirit. So didn't matter what kind of weapon I had, uh, it wasn't going to do nothing against it. So that's why I fought against it spiritually. But in saying that, I'll leave that thought in your mind of what we're going to speak about on Friday. But for Thursday, uh, we see. I'll ask Cousin Jesse what kind of show he wants to do tomorrow. But again, I want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight. God bless y'all. You have a beautiful, blessed evening and good morning. In saying that, this is Brother Abe Cias, Sergeant Cias, signing off from Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Everybody have a blessed day.